Alright, here we go with the tourney. Let's try to get things going. Everyone's in. No last minute check-ins, check-outs. We are ready to go. Hold on, just real quick. Gotta do something. Doodly doodly doodly. Wow, 20 people signed up. That's awesome. Tournament has started. No brackets yet. Generate brackets. Let's go. Yes. Alright, so we got the brackets generated. Confident has that. Okay. All right. All right. Someone send me a code. Let's see if Rogue will send me a code. Rogue, where are you? Where's Rogue? Alright, here we go. Gonna get this going, ladies and gents. We're just waiting for a code right now. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. First new player tournament. Why new player tournament? Well, I want to see what the new players are about. It's usually something I've been dealing with lately. These new players, these lads. And, no one really has a tournament for them, you know? At least not on the weekdays. Usually the weekends, I want to give these guys a tryout. I mean, we have, this is all, all the stuff. We got Danny going on right now, round one. This is all the, how should I put this? These are all the big boys playing. And there's nothing really for the little guys. So the ones starting out, and I want to give them something for that. And all the new players can get to finally chew on things. Quietly confident. He's got his round pick. Okay, Rogue has finally sent us a code. So we'll get that going. Joining his game. And I find the new players quite interesting to watch as they... Oh. Needs a spectate slot. Okay. We gotta wait for the other player to join before we do that. Why are there mid-rolls on this? I swear I took them off too. Hold on, folks. There it is. Spectate. There we go. There we go. Now we just wait. I know I had it taken off, so YouTube must be adding it back in, which is really annoying. Oh, YouTube. Cheeky cunt. So yeah, so let's see. Rogue is going up against, let's see the big H, MV76. Oh, he hasn't put it into the Find Your Opponent yet. So we're just waiting, folks, before the game gets started. Now, where is this fella? Yeah, I hope with the 2 tournaments going on, things just don't get out of hand. Oh, man. I remember being warned not to have multiple tournaments going on at the same time. Be wary of that, but Danny just being a new war host joining in, probably wasn't told that when he made his tournament earlier today. Map pack on. Read the tourney page, folks. Read the tourney page. It says total map pack. Oh, it should say total map pack. Oh, I guess it doesn't, which is strange. Where is his opponent? Let me add that. Should be in description. Okay, my bad. My bad, new players. I thought it was in description. Turns out it's not. Let me go add that real quick. Do. Must be used. Okay, we're gonna add that on there. Apologies. I mean, it must be assumed it's on because all the maps are from the total map pack. Total tavern map pack. Yeah. It's all good. Okay, his opponent's finally here. There we go. There we go. Alright. Now that that's done, here we go. The first round. Okay. So we got Wood Elves versus Tomb Kings. This is very much in Tomb Kings' favor for very obvious reasons. Right now they're doing the map pick and ban. So how that works is the top player is going to ban one of the 3 maps. Like right now, the first round, 3 maps are Brave Valley, Ragnarok Lair, Glade of the Everqueen. The top player in the bracket will ban one of the maps, so I would assume he'd want to ban probably Ragnarok Lair. And then the second player will basically choose the other map because he's going to ban another map. So if the player wanted to play on Brave Valley, they're going to ban Glade of the Everqueen, and you just go there. Easy enough. Well. And the reason I'm not participating in this tournament is because I am clearly not a new player. As a war host and someone who's played a lot of the higher end tournaments, also playing against the higher end players, it's pretty rough. If I go up here and start cleaning house, be very rude too. Also, these new players really are really learning, trying to figure out what they're doing right and wrong, like declaring their factions, or trying to decide on maps, or just not knowing who their opponent is, trying to figure out who their opponent is. You gotta be really vigilant with these new players. Oh boy, alright. And the beauty of this tournament is, well, these tournaments in general is, the new player tournaments don't count towards the total tavern wins, but they're good practice to get into the tournament scene. Because a lot of new players will play new tournaments, or play some of these tournaments with the big boys, and just get creamed and not know what they're doing and feel real bad. And this also gives the big boys easy wins that they don't really need. Me included, I kind of feel bad when I get a new player and just clean house. It's just not good. Just not good at all. I like a good scrap, a good fight, not a straight up blowout. But I've been playing a lot of the new players because I've just been looking for games and for content. It's just doesn't feel like there's a home for them, especially with only the weekends being tournament, new player tournament savvy. Whether that's through the RTK lads or I think it's just through RTK. I'm not sure. Just goes to show how much I know about the new player tournaments, I guess. Alright, so what's going on here? Alright, so, back to this. Why is Tomb Kings versus Wood Elves such a bad matchup for Wood Elves? One, Wood Elves don't have the range that Tomb Kings have, simply because they have artillery. Two, they're undead, so basically unbreakable, so they can hold out. Although Wood Elves, I would say, have better archer shooting, Tomb Kings have way better artillery, because they actually have artillery. So it's going to come down to how are you going to last. We shall see. Heirs of Keranos are unlimited. I don't find them to be that busted. Some of the big boys in the higher end tournaments seem to think they are. I don't know. I don't really see it that way. Simply because they actually miss most of their shots, which requires you to really have two of them. And even then, they're just quite inconsistent. Because Heirs of Keranos shoot horizontally. They don't shoot vertically down, like, say, Doombolt. They shoot horizontally so they can get obstructed by terrain, such as hills and trees and other units, honestly. And so they might not even hit their intended target. Whereas Doombolt, unless you're flying, you're going to get hit, and you're going to get hit hard. Because Doombolt, you can kind of dodge only if you're in the air, really. Otherwise, if you got a large hitbox and you're on the ground, you're going to get hit by not just the bolt itself, but the splash damage. And it will absolutely cream you. It'll cream you! So we shall see. Rogue AI is quite taking his time. Oh, Jeebus. We got a lot of observers from Total Tavern 2 finally joining in. Ones I've seen try to either pick up games in PvP channel or just watch in either one of the tournaments chats. It's good to see some new faces trying to get their feet wet. Mike Victor, though, here. Not so much a new... Well, he is very much a new player. I haven't really seen him, but he's gone for the Wood Elves, which is not a faction I'd recommend for a newer player. It's very micro-intensive. And I gotta keep an eye out in case some of these newer players have a problem or don't have a question. We are up for the slow roast. Jeez. Okay, here we go, here we go. Already? Okay, I see how it is. Okay, two very interesting builds so far. Although I think it does, I mean, it's Tomb Kings versus Widows. I gotta give it to Rogue AI right now, as, I think it's gonna be a tough one. Although the dragon might even the odds, seeing as how there's not too many shooting units on the ground besides the two glades. I think I would have seen, rather seen glade riders than glade guard. You don't really need the starfire shafts. I don't dislike the twins because they can actually put shots down into a lord. So this is good for sniping either Chosen or the Grand Hierophant. So I don't dislike that. And the dragons, although the terror doesn't really help, or the fear, just having something flying to get into the backline always feels good. But the numbers 14 versus 9, it really does favor them. But they have Vanguard, so we'll see. I think someone started already. I think that was the new player, which is a bit rude. If you're a new player, you have to wait until the other player is ready with their formations. So Rogue AI is going to have to finish up quick. I've noticed that with a lot of new players that I played against too, who are just like, they're so ready, they just, alright, my army's ready, start! While you're still trying to figure out how you want to do formations and be like, oh shit. Well, I'm on a timer. Luckily, it doesn't usually take more than a minute to get things going. But yeah, for the newer players, just don't be rude. Alright, here we go. What's Rogue gonna do? Just straight up march forward? I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, he's already got his stuff. Firebark Elders, Firebark Elders are a huge mistake here. You don't need them. Tomb Kings don't have any fire units for them to be really useful. The only reason I guess you'd bring them is just the fact that they last forever. Fire resistance of 20%, plus the fizz res. That would make them really hard to deal with. I mean, 57 melee defense, their stat line is pretty good. So I guess that's not the worst, but you really don't need to bring them. Although I wonder if these spears will trade up to them. They should, right? And then you have Chosen of the Gods shooting into them. The double dragon probably trying to go for a snipe on the Lord, which actually I don't hate. Although there's a bunch of spears and the Chosen of the Gods. I'd rather send the Chosen of Gods into those characters. First call in from Rogue. I don't know. I don't know what the first call in would be. More glades coming in through this way. Eyes of the Desert, they will be absolutely horrendous to deal with. Screaming Skull Catapult's doing exactly what they need to be doing. Nice little Dragon Breath right there. He needs to move these units into a shooting line. He's probably got another one of them in reserve. Not only that, he probably could even just send a couple of horses down here to steal his home objective and make this position really awkward for him. Dragon's just eating shit right now. Although I do like how Mike is being aggressive here. Rogue AI doing the smart thing, hiding his lord behind terrain so the twins can't get shots on him. Chosen of the Gods doing very well. He needs to change his firing mode if he wants to be effective against any infantry, or turn off fire at will for the twins. Life's for the regrowth and the awakening. Okay, that makes sense. And what's really good about this is the caster, if he has it, does get spell mastery while being in the woods. Problem is, he's not taking fights over here. I'm surprised how well the catapult's hitting into these Glade Riders, although he's not really moving them too much. Like I said, it's just gonna take a couple units to come steal this home objective of Maverick, I want to say Maverick, Mike Victor. Chosen of the Gods could take shots in the twins. I say once I'd have the Sepulchral Stalkers actually posted in front of the Chosen, and then once the twins get low enough, just move them so that once she routes, you just shoot them down. Good shots there. Was that Dragon Breath? Yeah, it must have been. No heirs of Keranos to shut down the Screaming Skulls, which is a bit odd. Question is, how is Rogue gonna deal with this? How is Rogue gonna deal? I do like the twins. This is actually something I didn't expect in this matchup. I would have expected something like a Ryan, who's just a Chad fighter. But the more you know. Screaming Skulls must not be on fire at will, or must be on fire at will, because they're shooting into the trees and into the dragons. Rogue AI needs to fix that real quick. He's slowly whittling down these dryads. And Mike Victor really doesn't know what he wants to do with the twins and the dragon. Calling in Glade Riders. I would have called them in on this side to reinforce. These Sepulchral Stalkers are finally moving up. Trying to defend these spears. More shooting units. What do we got? Waystalker? A Waystalker. I'd probably move him down so his shots don't get clipped by the trees and terrain for the Screaming Skulls, because you see all this right here. These trees will provide a big line of sight, not line of sight issue, but an issue for when he does shoot him. Hunters of Keranos coming in, just skellies and more skellies. Sepulchral Stalkers should get behind all these units, so when he does take, it won't be as big of an issue. They're finally seen! Yup, those Glade Riders did not appreciate the Sepulchral Stalkers. I would get these guys back onto the land because these lads have Strider. All the Wood Elf units have Strider, I think. No? Nope, that's just Slanesh. Nope, so they will suffer a penalty in the water. They should. I don't see why they aren't. Huh, weird. Unless this isn't water. Oh no. I thought this was always water. Maybe that's in the other map. Sepulchral Stalker's getting dived on. Very nice, very nice. Some of these spears need to get in there and help out. Or even the Skelly horses. Although these Glade Riders aren't eating well. Chosen of the Gods could help out there, yeah. I would actually put him into the dragon. Urson's, yeah. Urson's Incantation, pretty much a more expensive Melikov. And it's doing pretty good work. Yeah. And now the Sepulchrals can turn their attention to the dragons, and yeah. Get a regrowth on a dragon or two, maybe help out. I wouldn't send the horses in there. I would actually send the stalkers just to shoot, because if you send the horses, it might cause line of sight issues. These horses could just shoo away or screen the Glade Riders and then go for the hunters to make sure they get off the map. Dryads and everything trying to push. I think that's a bit of a mistake. You're really overextending here. If anything, you could probably have these glades right behind these woods right here, so when the catapults start shooting, they get blocked, and then just put shots down on your home objective. Rogue AI with the value lead and the numbers lead, and eventually the points lead, although he is down quite a number of points. If he loses this would actually be pretty bad, although he's playing this quite patiently. Tomb Guard coming in. Horses going for the riders. This is why I mean it's overextended. Catapults are still getting shots in, and the horses are coming to shoot, and these guys are just going to be isolated messes. Starting with the Dryads and eventually with your Treekin. The twins, not looking good. The dragon, also not looking that great. Wild Hunters, Keranos come back? Yeah. 26 models, though, it's not looking too fantastic. And I think there's going to just be a cleanup here. Yeah. I don't dislike Mike's build. There was a chance he could have done something here, especially with the fact there's no, the Waystalker should have been in the opening army, probably. I don't know about the all this, the dryads. Maybe 2 dryads just to capture the points real quick. Get rid of the treekin. Maybe have some arrows in the back, hiding behind. Come out when they need to shoot home objective and side point here in the middle. This is a nice little choke point right here. Or not choke point, but this is a nice little point here to get line of sight onto here and to here. Even here too. And with the catapults probably being right here, they're going to be blocked by these tree line and this tower right here. So really only being able to shoot downtown. And as you see, if you put them right here, you got that nice little block view. Twins are getting cooked! Well, they heal. They got 30 seconds to do it. They should just run away and not run into the targets you need to be running away from. Get a regrowth on them while you're at it. Ooh, got the healing off. And without, like, carrying to shoo her away, she will come back. Yeah, here's a neat little trick. If you see a Flying Lord trying to get healed back up and recovering leadership, if you chase them off with the flying unit, doesn't matter how good or how bad, they will rout off and continue to rout off. Oh, they came back. Yep, just like I said. If the dragons start poking away at the Lord, this could be a problem. Yeah, the carrions are a little too late. The dragon, though, is not healed. Good dragon breath, but I think the difference in value and unit count is a bit of an issue. Not only that, you probably should have done it on your home objective when you had 2 units down here. And then you have the stalkers, both stalkers, just unloading into the twins. Their healing is still on cooldown, so no, it's not on cooldown. It just happens again when they're 20 hit points or less. Wow, that's nuts. These 2 are just so hard to kill. A-OK really didn't do all that much damage. I think it was like maybe 500 damage. Really not impressive, really not doing much. Yeah, Mike's putting up a fight, just overextending, a little too aggressive, just not knowing what to do, and a bad matchup too. But that's why we have the nuclear tournaments. Dryads, Glade Riders. Yeesh. How does a player like this come back from all this? You'd have to get rid of these stalkers so your dragons could survive. And then probably snipe the Lord with your dragons. Since there's no catapults, you don't really have to... Your shooting units really don't have to worry, so just keep them alive. And then just retake all the points, since you're kind of... you're not in a triple cap situation, but you're kind of in a triple cap situation with how bad your value is.
One of your units has been destroyed.
They don't even have arrows anymore. He's gonna get a regrowth. Is that what's going on? Yeah. Getting the regrowth, although he needs to deal with these stalkers. The only way to deal with it is the Hawkeyes. And the Glade, which Rogue is taking care of with Tomb Guard and Horseman. And he's just gonna throw this Lord away if he keeps him there. Trying to recap the objective with the Spell Singer, but that's just bad. Even Skelly Horseman will beat up on a Spell Slinger pretty easily. He retook his home objective, but he really needs to get this Lord out of here. Because he is healing cap. This Conjured Destiny isn't going to do anything. I'm surprised they're actually still alive. Yep, there we go. And that will do it. There's no way they're coming back. Straight up shattered. If they get the kill, though, that should be GG's. You got some units over here that need to come back in. Yeah, new players, even old players, too. Keep an eye on units on the edge of the map. You'll notice that they're idle. They have, like, Z's at the bottom here.
I knew it.
Sorry.
Unending glory.
Yep. Alright. And yeah. Yeah, dragons probably paid for themselves. This one, not so much. Probably don't go for Glades in the opening, just Glade Riders. Get rid of this tree can for more dryads so you could cap objectives. One way stalker's fine. Kyranos is fine. Probably more glade riders and more dryads. Dryads can actually hold up against the skellies quite well. And yeah, Sepulchral Stalkers 8 forever. Capture Guard are just hard to deal with. As for the caster, maybe not go for a life caster. I would prefer actually a dark caster for Blade Win. So you can get rid of these mobs real quick, because that's one of the hardest things to deal with as Wood Elves. It's just the numbers alone. No War Dancers, which I think is a bit of a mistake to come clean up a lot of these units. That's a bit of an issue. So yeah. Let's see how the bracket's going. Let's refresh, see who's got in. We got one match to go. That is... Oh, that is actually this match. Okay, cool. Then we'll wait for this and then go in. Oh, look, they're even sending in replays. What beautiful bastards. Alright, so once Rogue puts in the count... we should be good. And then we'll move on to round 2. Alright, this is going to be a quick tournament. Well, it was only 30 minutes, so we'll see. We'll see. Sign-ups quietly should have a point. No, it didn't give him his point, so we got to go put that in real quick. I gotta sign into this. Quietly, it's a point. There we go. Let's see if it actually went through. And then we'll go from there. Hey, it's saved. Alright, refresh. There we go. Everything's in. Let's advance the bracket. Alright. Try to get some new people in here. Who won last? Alright. Daysburg. Alright. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. Cool. We're gonna go watch this game now. Okay, refresh. Okay, cool. Spectate, 1, 2, 3. Just gonna wait for his opponent right now. I wish you... Alright, let's see. Oh, me and Danny are... You don't have to. You can send it to me for sure, though, Crumble. I definitely appreciate it. I'm probably going to go through all the replays. Just because. I like seeing the new players. They're nice to commentate on. And I know the new players don't really get the replays shown on other channels, so... I'm going to put some of them on here. I do find them quite interesting, because it reminds me of when I started out. Not to say that you're going to be as bad, but... We'll see. Maybe there's some interesting stuff there. I want to see the slap fights. Make sure I have that chat box on too. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's on. Okay, cool. Oh, he joined the wrong tournament. That's what it was. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't know these two were actually fighting. Okay. No, that's funny. Are they? Oh, it was. Lol. I guess we are. Ugh. Alright, back to again at Rogue. Just be ready for some mistakes. Alright, they're gonna do their little thing, so we're just waiting on them. So we got Tomb Kings versus Kislev. I don't know who's actually favored in that. I want to say Kislev, but I could be wrong. Probably is, though, right? Watching these new players just scramble about is kind of funny. Find your opponent, chat. Who is this fella? Okay. Also gotta put points in for El Durno. You know what? I don't even have to do it from there. That's all Danny's. Let's see. Durno. Here it is. Okay. So we gotta give him a Swiss points. Real quick. Ported score on. Save. And then we'll refresh once it's done saving. Alright, cool. He's got his Swiss points. And who's this player he's looking for? Oh, that's 7 mod MB. Maverick. See if I can post this. Alright, here we go. Sorry guys, just doing some adminning. Alright, cool, cool, cool. That's all done. Alright, back to the game, right? So, Tomb Kings versus Kislev. Here on the Blazing Ramparts. This is the one they chose. So, as you can see on this map, there's a bit of a river here. Causes some terrain issue. Slows units down. So it's harder to cross. For any unit, really. I think the terrain slows things down by a percentage. Or, I'm not sure. Maybe one of the map makers could tell me. But yeah. I think it's like 17 from what I've seen. 17 speed. Which is almost a quarter of 100. So, yeah, that could be pretty detrimental to a lot of cav trying to get through and pass. Especially when you have Kislev and all their shooting. And I think it really does go down to Kislev because they just have little Grom, they have the heavy cav, they have the monsters, they have the healing. Tomb Kings, even though they can do Discourage with the catapults, most of the stuff on Kislev can be basically unbreakable. So we shall see, we shall see. You know, this is why I like the new player tournaments too, because the new players all want to show off their wins, even though they know, or losses, doesn't really matter. And the, but with the higher end players, no one wants to show off their games unless it's absolute wins, because they don't want to see themselves get dumpstered, or worse, they just don't want to see a loss. I don't mind seeing a loss, I don't mind showing some losses. But again, that can get kind of boring when it's just like a mundane fight too, so... A lot of the higher end stuff is just very standard, very... sometimes really not that interesting, and it goes too fast. Especially if a player's not ready. But the new players, they don't know what to do most of the time, so it's just, it goes a lot longer than it really should be. Some players just don't give up too. So it could be a little more interesting in that regard, and you could see a comeback. You never know what you're going to get with these new players. Daceberg versus... good old Rogue. So, what do we got here? We got the Boris. We got the Cetra. 2 Boner Giants. Ooh, big bonies. This is gonna be interesting. Very, very interesting. I know it doesn't show the river on my game because the textures and all that don't load up proper, but it's there, trust me, the water's there, you'll see it. As soon as the cursor shows up, the map loads in with all the units. Maybe it won't. No water, we're fresh out. So what do we got? A bunch of spears, some warriors, Boris, trying to Boris it up, trying to fight some big kitties. Lots of slows, I like that. Frost Maiden, Blizzard, Hawks of Mishka, Hailstorm. You really don't need Blizzard, honestly, especially against Tomb Kings. They don't have a lot of armor, so this is a bit of a bad pick. Hawks of Mishka, though, is just absolutely insanely good. It should be able to just destroy any big blobs that the Tomb Kings try to get. Although Tomb Kings really aren't going to go for much blobs, seeing as how I see 2 Boner Giants. Where is Cetra? There he is. Trying to hide in the woods. All that little shooting. Yeah, the first thing I would do is probably just... I would actually try to open up over here and try to take these 2 and have little Grom to shoot any of the Boner Giants. Although the Boner Giants will beat up a little Grom 1v1. Or 1v2. Oh, they're just going for it.
Win this day, for who else can stem the chaos tide?
Even going for dervishes. Interesting. As Toombies, they're just gonna move on up. 42 melee defense. You don't really see the ROR skeleton spears come out. 33 melee attack against large. Not too bad, not too great. So how's Boris gonna try to get in on this? Especially with 2 boner giants, because they don't have to kill Little Grom, they can go for Boris. Little Grom could go into the woods though and try to make shots. Although it's gonna be a little awkward for both the boners and Grom. I don't know how much I like the Dervish play. Trying to cap 2 points right away. Oh, is that the boner giants? Wow, they do pretty good. Do they have splash damage?
We have a victory
Armor
point.
piercing explosive.
Keep it from
Yeah,
the
they
foe.
do. Oh shit. So they're just good into everything. Okay. Maybe this matchup is a bit more cursed. So what does Kislev do, right? They have to get on these points. They have to do something. They have to screen out the bone giants somehow. But eventually these bone giants will run out of ammo and have to force up, but that just leaves Cetra and, yeah, Great Boast to just clean house. Yeah, you don't really have to take this. I would actually just leave this objective, just take the 2 and force them to move. Is that Little Grom? Little Grom! Because at least if Little Grom's taking heat off, these shots can actually go into the skellies. Start trading it up. Nekar Horsemen versus, Skelly Horsemen versus Dervishes. And without giving a charge order, that's a big issue. And then you have Cetra as well. Just so many big things going on. Boris, get in here! Little Grom needs to stay focused on 1 unit. It's going to take forever to kill these bone giants too with Little Grom. Not so much for Cetra or the Chosen. I'd probably put him on one or the other. Boner giants are trying to get into range of Little Grom. That's perfect. They're not putting shots in here. Hawks of Mishka coming down. I like to see it, but... Alright, good, good, good. At least you got some units in it. What is this, Ursund? Oh no, that was his Colossal Strike, Foe Seeker, Fury of Ursund. Trying to rampage and beat up on Cetra, but Cetra just has to run for that. Skelly's coming to take these. Good. Griffin Legion. And the Bone Giants are trying to clean up Little Grom, and they're doing a damn good job. Yeah, Boris should actually just be shooing off these Bone Giants. If I'm being honest. Cetra has to be everywhere at once, and it can't. If the Bone Giants can't shoot, Little Grom's allowed to just eat. I say even send in some dervishes to just bully this. Then you. All right, had to do a little bit of adminning. Okay, shooing away them. Maybe just shoot away the Sepulchral Stalkers a bit. Get a Mishkas over here. Try to collapse this flank. Although this flank is getting a little tarried, but it's not the worst. Get the Snow Leopard to chase off, or maybe fight the Sepulcrals, or even the... Is it a large target? Yeah, maybe just fight the Chosen. Sneak it in there. Here comes Mushapti. These two haven't been contested. He's on a triple cap, so... Although Rogue is up value, he is down in all that beautiful capture rate that he needs. Horses collapse. Kislev's still able to hold. Kitty versus Kitty going on. Cat action. These Sepulcrals have line of sight blocks, they're not really doing much. If anything, they're just getting shot. Whereas the Chosen of God are just cleaning house. Was that Hailstorm? I'd rather just see Hawks and Mishka. You don't really need Hailstorm, man. Dervishes just blocking Bone Giants from shooting. Looks like Little Grom's still online. Little Grom should be putting shots into these Ushopti because they can actually cleave through multiple entities with those cannonball shots. The Bone Giants are going to take too long to kill. They just have too much HP. That's like, how much is it? 24,000 HP to deal with? Nah. 25,000? Yeah, 25,000 HP. Little Grom's going to take too long. I don't think he has enough ammunition to even kill one Boner Giant. Either doing one of the Ushopti rows or just Cetra. Cetra's one of the bigger issues. Boris is beating up on Chosen. Nice. Skelly's trying to surround him. Not the worst, but not the best. As long as Daceberg just keeps this triple cap, he's in a commanding position. Problem is, his front line's kind of going. And skeletons are super cheap. Going for the Rampage, and immediately able to... I don't like the Rampage, because he just ends up running away with the units that he wants to run away with. I do like the shooting here into the Sepulchres to support the Snow Leopard. And Daceberg's holding on. Oh, the Frostmaiden, though, getting bombarded. Yep, get her out of there, get her out of there. These derps should just, yeah, they're about to run. They're getting terror routed, probably by the Boner Giants. Yeah. Hold on, lads, hold on. More Ushopti coming in to clean up the middle ground here. Things in the woods, not bad, but once they clean up the skeletons, I would just unsummon them so you can get more Kislevite warriors. Just get a bunch of halberds in here to hold. Because you got to deal with all these Ushopti eventually. Urson's just beating up on horsemen. Sepulchral's beating up on Snow Leopard. But then you have the Winged Lancers and the Griffin Legion coming in. Griffin Legion really not going to do much against these Bone Giants. Frostmaiden coming back, that's not bad. More Griffin Legion. I'd rather see some Griffin Legion to the rear of some of these Skeleton Warriors or the Ushopti just to break them down quicker. Even have Ursons come in and help here. Because the line of sight's going to be blocked, so it's going to be hard for these Bone Giants to actually deal anything. I think Daceberg's doing the right thing and just clogging up all the shooting units. So that way he can hold points. And he's got the triple going on. It's really good. He's only down 2,000, not the worst. Little Grom should be gone by now. But he's just been blocking out these Bone Giants for the longest time. So well done on that end. Sepulchral Stalkers could get some sight shots into Boris, so he has to be careful there. Cetra needs, yeah, big heals going on. Because Cetra goes down, it's all over for Rogue. Rogue hasn't capped any points. Is that a Hawk to Mishka? That would be a fantastic one. No, that's Hailstorm, I think. No, that looks like Hawks. Maybe. Could be wrong. No, that isn't Hawks. And that was short. Was that Hailstorm? No, that was Blizzard. That's what it was. That can't be Blizzard. Blizzard... But that wasn't Hailstorm because there was no... Yeah, that's Hailstorm. That wasn't Hawks, was it? No, because that's 20 seconds. What the hell was that? Was that an ability? Weird. Looks like everything here is going to be breaking down. It's not looking too great. You got a Patriarch finally, but you should have been here like an hour ago to come heal up these infantry blobs. He's finally got points on the board. He's in a triple cap situation. He's capping the side point here. He's got more Skellies coming in. Tomb Guard Halberds should hold. Bone Giants on top of this objective. Something's trying. Cetra's gone. That might actually just be it for Rogue, though. So if he can crumble these units, it's going to be bad time. Bad time. And this is why I love the new player tournaments. You just never know what you're going to get. Little Grom's finally gone.
Take it back.
Done. So these Bone Giants should be able to stick around and tear out anything. It's just, can he cap the middle now? Just get in the middle. That's all you need to do. Have these ones just hold ground while the rest try to just retake. And this is why Skelly Horsemen are just so damn good. Good dodge here from Rogue. Just paying attention. Not trying to lose any units. They're just cheap. 400 points for 4 capture weight is insane. And their stats are pretty solid. 34 charge bonus, nuts. And they're shielded? Yeah, these guys are busted. They need to go up at least 50 to 100. Minimum 100, I think. Although, Daceberg is trying to capture this side point here. Very nice, very nice. Rogue needs a react somehow. I think with just Boris here, though, Boris is just Giga Chad, will cleave through all these large targets. So Rogue needs to get everything. Ice Court wins. Ice Court wins indeed. Good fight. GG's. Alright, alright. Let's refresh, see how things are going. That was actually a pretty good fight. Give it to him. Okay, so that's them done. We still got a couple games going right now. So we're just gonna wait there. Let's look at the value real quick. Boris, not the greatest, but he did hold out compared to Cetra. Cetra's probably got, like, yeah, close to 2,000. Doing a lot of tear routes. Bone Giants, fantastic. Definitely MVPs. Not something I was even expecting. I was expecting more Ushapti, but I guess the Bone Giants aren't too bad. Little Grom can't kill both of them. And after they're done using ammunition, just great terror routing units for the end game. Daceberg just going for the immediate cap, I think is fine. I think there's too many winged lancers. I think you could actually get more dervishes. One thing's in the one I don't dislike, Patriarch's good too. I think instead of Griffin Legion, you really just need Winged Lancers. You don't really need Griffin Legion. These guys are overkill. So you could probably trade these out for Winged Lancers and then some Dervishes so you can actually cap points quicker and contest the Skelly Horsemen, which they're going to be bringing in droves. Other than that, I like Rogue's build. Definitely solid. Just a bunch of Skellies. Nothing but Skellies. 1 Tomb Halbergs for things in the woods. Bears. The double Bone Giant just stops Little Groms, Sleds, any of the big bears. Yeah. Things in the woods. So yeah, I don't dislike that. Maybe trade out one Chosen of the, one Ushapti for another Sepulchral Stalker. Just to deal with Boris, possibly, and the Cav, maybe? Because the Cav is what's going to give you the biggest issue. And yeah. Other than that, pretty good game. Pretty good game. Now we gotta wait, folks. Now we gotta wait. Daceberg. What else are we waiting on? Looks like Human Entities, Zamer, the Mighty Gook, and Adler. We also have Quietly Confident, Penis, Crimson, and Maverick. No, that's Mike. Hold on. I think there's been a mistake. Hold on. Playing the right opponent. Okay, I think there's a bit of a mix-up here. These new players always getting mix-ups. Okay. Turn it right. Good. Okay, they're good. Okay, so their game, I don't know why it took them that long. Alright, so that's good. Good. Oh, man. I want to see some of these new player replays. It's going to be good. So we just got 4 games to go. One of them was a bit late. So yeah, if you guys have to use the bathroom, I wish you could see Danny's games right now. Or tournaments in Danny's game is what I mean. Okay, cool. Looks like we have some issues with the client. Hopefully that gets fixed one day. And yeah. Oh, excuse me, folks, man. In the meantime, I guess we can watch a replay. Okay, that's what we just watched. That's what we watched. No. No, I might want to use that one. Some of these names you might recognize, because I practiced one. That one I've already posted. Ham, pretty good player. Sir Lion. No. That one I might post. This one against Rogue. Those against Pancakes. This one, no, I might post. Where's the one, maybe you guys want to enjoy. Pancakes. Oh. You guys want to watch some ogres? This one might take a minute. I don't want to do one that's super long. No, that's just clean house. Against Rogue. Yeah, we're trying to figure out the Nurgles each matchup because it's so cursed for Nurgle. I probably won't post this one anyway, so let me post the first one. Was this the one? Do I have yeah, I do. Yeah, this is the one. We'll watch this one in the meantime. That way you guys don't have to do that. Okay, they got their game going. Let me refresh, see who else is done. There's still 3 games going because one of them started late. And yeah, this is me versus Rogue. So, as Nurgle, right? You have to dominate the air and rush them. Because if they can get the Changebringers out, and their Doom Knights out, and they probably will start with Doom Knights. Because if they start with 2 Doom Knights, 2 Furies, own the air early with the Flying Caster Lord, you're screwed. You can't win. So you have to own the air. So, I'm going to try to own the ground and the air. 2 drones should be able to hold. Along with the Sorcerer able to add Miasma Pestilence. Rancid Visitations to pretty much punish if they go for a caster that's 5k HP or less, which they did. And the Exalted Hero on Chariot is just to run through their lines and cause disruption. He's also hard to deal with. Luckily, he's gone for 4 Marauder Horsemen, so it's not the end of the world, and my 4 Forsaken should be able to beat up every single one of these units. Decently, at least. He's gone for nothing but blues and pinks. Pink's going to be kind of useless here. He's got the summons for the spawn, which will be annoying. And blue fire as well, blue fire. So I got to watch out with my lord. Luckily, my lord heals. So yeah, we're going to fast forward because we're just going to be... Okay, he capped the 2 points. We chase him off the 1. We try to recapture. We sent some dogs to hunt for him because dogs actually fight well in the woods thanks to Strider. And then we try not to overstay our welcome against this blue fire, send the dogs back to recapture, forcing him to come to me. And that's what you want. That's definitely what you want. Dogs are kind of dog shit, but at least they have poison. Their leadership is so bad. 38. But if they charge, they get 15, so it's not the worst. But these are secured, so we try to just run them away and recap, making it a triple cap. Really forcing them to come down to me. Already going for the first Knights of Immolation, that's fine. We can wait up for a Fury to deal with Screamers. That will probably come help out with the drones. And the Furies can eventually jump on the Knights. Won't be great help, but at least it's help. Blue fire going down. Can we make it into the woods in time? No, but we can hide in the woods and heal up. If he wants this objective, he can have it. I'm glad to just have 2 and just beat him on 2. I know not to overextend. I can always just pile into the middle, make sure I can own. Once he starts pushing in, we can charge up. It'll only take a minute for me to heal back up. 8 HP per second doesn't sound like a lot, but over 100 seconds, that's 800 HP. And some of these games go for 15 minutes, so you do the math. Drones just pushing away the Knights that are by themselves. We don't want to get shot by blues and the goofy Marauder Horsemen, so it's really of who's going to blink first. He's trying to put shots at the My Forsaken, which is not a bad idea. Dogs going into blues. Bit of a bad idea. Don't want them to get disrupted here. You really got to be careful with dogs. They're good, but you got to be careful with them. Chariot causing chariot issues, trying to get that nice charges in, disrupting any shooting. Nice little missile resist. Here come the Screamers, the Shrieking Sky Rays. Their ability's not going to be that useful, but we'll see. Just making them use up ammo. Getting the first Rancid Visitation, making sure he's low on our Protoss armor, so. And as you can see, that Rancid just pays. I'm just buying time. I don't have to engage right away. I can just wait and wait, heal up. And he can't heal up. He's got a shield, but he can't heal up. And we did that much damage. Including the 600 from his shield. Or no, yeah, it is 600. So we did roughly over, yeah, almost 2,000. Yeah, over 2,000 damage, including the shield. Yeah, it looks like 2,400? Yeah, 2,400. Now the Forsaken are coming in to just keep him off the objective. He's still shooting my Exalted Lord, which is fine. We got Chaos Knights with Lances, who will definitely push these off. We're going to force the flying engagement down here. He's got Double Fury coming in. That's fine. Drones can duke it out. And as long as we have the hero to provide, like Miasma Pestilence, we should be okay. And while he's busy trying to deal with this engagement, he can't deal with the Forsaken. I need to start moving this Lord. His horsemen need to come probably take this objective because my dog's pretty much shit. My Lord's back up to full HP. Once we take that, we're actually trying to fish it out for another Rancid. You only need 22 wins for an overcast Rancid. Alright, I'm going to leave this up here. We'll make sure the tournament's still going. Refresh. Still got one game going, so we're okay. And yeah, Knights with Lances just bully everything here. Should be able to clean house. Speaking of cleaning house, we're going to clean up these chromatic abominations and just keep our Lord alive and do some chariot charges into everything we need. We're winning here on the flying front, somewhat. Drones beating upon everything. Centaurs as a siege, though, are a bit of an issue, though. You got Chaos Warriors and Nurgle coming in, probably to buffer them out. It's really bad because the Centaurs can fight in the woods pretty good. Yeah, Forsaken are doing work. Get that chariot charge off, baby. With the new update to the Crown of Everlasting Conquest, the weakness to fire, it does make him a bit more vulnerable to this blue and pink fire, so I'm just trying to make sure he gets out of there. I'm just going to go chase him for the Lord. No longer will he be spamming blues and pinks. It just need one. I don't even have to overcast and it will kill him. And if he goes, all this just starts disintegrating. All these demons. He doesn't have to actually run with the Centaurs at this point. He can actually engage me in the woods here, but I have him so micro-focused. He's throwing everything into my Lord because he knows it's coming. So these Forsaken get... So that allows the Forsaken and the dogs and anything else just to get free hits in. And he will slip through. He's got like 66 melee defense. That's insane. Oh, I took invasion with him? Nice. Yeah, he's never gonna die in combat. He's just gonna slip away. Where's the Lord? Where's that sleeky little Lord? There he is. He's trying to hide. And now we're just gonna keep cycle charging, getting our beatdowns, and we're Forsaken. We're losing in the air, which is bad. But yeah, that's just bad. Finally brings in Changebringers, though. He's gonna try to start cleaning up units, although it's gonna take him a while. I don't even know if he has enough ammunition to clean up all the units. But we got more Furies coming in and the Angels of Decay. And these units are all weak. So the Furies will probably disintegrate. The Shrieking Sky Rays lose will probably both. And then the Knights are the only real issue. Getting a nice little pick right there. Where's this little Lord? Out in the corner here. Trying to deal with the Forsaken. The damage has already been done, so these Changebringers are just super late. And the fact that you can't reinforce this is going to be nuts. Here come the Furies. Even more Furies coming in. Don't really have to do too much. If anything, he should be going for the Lord. Yep, that's what I would do. Although... oh, they're not getting picks. We are just going to circle around, get into the woods, and just stall them. Fury's disintegrating. Yup. Shrieking Sky Rays are going to be easy picks. You can go for the Chariot. I don't care about the Chariot Lord. I just care about my regular Lord, because I want to kill his Lord and force mass disintegration across this whole field. Sky Rays are getting picked up by the Furies. That just leaves the Knights, which with 2 Furies and the Angels of Decay should clean them up. This lad's still here. Chaos Warriors should be able to fend off these Centaurs. And that 66 melee defense is just so nice. I love it. Changebringer's just doing exactly what they're there to do. And here come the Furies to come pick them up, because we are just beating back the Knights. 3 Furies, gotta love it. Get them, Furies! Once they're poisoned, they're done, because Furies have a 110. As soon as they make contact, do they make it? Yes, they should. 38. Oh, I did Curse of the Slug on them, too. Yeah, so they're not going anywhere. They're done. Speaking of done, so is his Lord. Chaos Warrior's going to hold here. He could retake the side. We have him triple capped. Probably start summoning more Forsaken. And even get some cleaning up. He's got pink shooting into my Chaos Warriors. Not ideal. Really. My Lord's getting healing capped. Wow. And we're just going to go for the pick on there. Probably summon a Forsaken to come clean up here. And my flying unit should be able to clean up all his ground units. I mean, once his Lord dies, these guys are going to get minus 16. They're already low. They're not protected. They're taking a charge. Drones just doing exactly what they need to do. Might actually just shoot him off. And yeah, that's going to be GG right there. Yep. How's the round going? Are they still fighting? Yes, they are. So we can actually look at value. So yeah, quad Forsaken, good rush beatdown. I do like the Chariot Lord, he's a good little distraction. We did go for a second game where he went Chaos, the Lord of Change, my bad. And it was actually worse. Because now he can't get ranted, but the Forsaken actually have a lot easier time beating all this up, because he's got less units. And it's even better for my drones, because they can actually fight the Lord of Change too. Lord of Change is not a very good fighter. It's got pretty crappy fighting stats. And yeah, just more Furies, and then the Angels of Decay, just to clean up. Yeah, that's how you, as Nurgle, try to deal with Zeech. Knights of Immolation, I just can't stop. Changebringers, just can't stop. But yeah, him trying to win the air battle means I can win the ground battle. And if I win the ground battle, I can just keep summoning in air units to deal with the air battle. And that's how you do it. For anyone struggling with that matchup. I'm still waiting for one of the rounds. Did they finish? Yeah, they finally finished. Yeah. Okay, so we'll move to round 3. Thank you, Kiang. So, Dronzy, okay. Who else is playing right now? The Mighty. Okay. Let's see, the brackets. Penance's got his. We gotta make sure he gets his buy round. But first, so they're gonna send me an invite code. While doing that, let me make sure. Okay, cool. I believe Kiangji here has gone Beastman. So that is something I want to see. No, he went Dowie. He went Dowie. The Dowies are. Oh, cool. Yes, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. He just told me dwarfs and then left it there. Okay. Now he sent me an invite code. Sweet. Okay. Need a spectate slot. Okay, there we go. There we go. Alright. Beastmen versus dwarfs. Something I really want to watch. How do beastmen deal with this? I think you just go chariots, but then the thing is, the dwarves have so many counterplay to that, so it really is map dependent. I would just try to rush him. Who's the lore? I think you just go... I don't know if you go Bray Shaman. Probably still do, right? Bray Shaman or Gorbel. Just chariot spam them. Centaur spam them. Just keep knocking them around. Just go from there. Centaurs as each. Maybe backed up by arrows for the Slayers. Just 2 arrows for 2 raiders. They're doing their pick and bans right now for the maps. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man. These have been some interesting back and forth games. Some of them have been pretty bad, some of them have been pretty good. And we got a lot of replays going. That's what I like to see. I got so many replays to watch. It's gonna be a lot of interesting fights. And I'm glad to see that the new players get to eat. Okay, so they're gonna play on Cave? Okay. Cave is really bad for Beastmen. The only point they can have fight in is this forest fight. Other than that, it's just an open field for the cannons up here. And there's no way they'll be able to dive the cannons. Although, I think your favorite. Oh, man. Yeah, if anyone else who's in the new player tournament's listening, let me know how bad has it been going, how good has it been going. Just watch Rogue AI get his first loss versus Daceberg. I think Dace is actually in the lead right now with his Kislev. His Kislev was a bit sloppy, but it could have been worse. Could have been worse. Daceberg and Droney are undefeated, all along with Adler and... Really? Crumble is actually winning? Huh. He's undefeated? Interesting. He went Empire, huh? Maverick lost. Pad lost. He's Bretonia. Crumble's not too far behind. So we have 4 undefeateds. Huh. So it's going to be between, depending on how this round goes, either between Adler, Crumble, Dronzy, and Daceberg. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Kangji's ready. Zymerix, though. Zymerix can have some play here. He's got to be smart about it, though. I would actually go for a Beast Caster just to get the Manticore summons, because the Manticore summons on top of the cannon line could actually help out a lot. So you do a time charge, you just wait to push, and then once you have the summon ready, do a big surround, hit him with the Manticore summon before you do the big push, and then do your big push, because they'll be distracted trying to summon and stuff to deal with the Manticore. Probably shoot it too, and then you can get the surround on their back line. Kian J. J-E-G. That's too many it's too many vowels, man. I'm calling you K now. You're K. Kian J-G. Kian J-G. It's too many vowels. Too many vowels. I'm an American. You only get one vowel. I'm kidding. Kian and... Or just Kian. Kian works too. Alright. Alright, Kian. Zimmerix. It's gonna be on you, man. You gotta pounce. This map, it's really hard. If I were him, I probably would have played on... What were the other map choices for Beastmen? Round 3, right? Imperial Road's also bad. Haunted Vale. Haunted Vale's the one you had to play on. Although it is doable with Imperial Road. But at least you have a home objective. Cave, though, you don't have a home objective. You have the side points. This is a very rotating map. Because on Imperial Road, you could actually make a play for their home objective and just leave the middle. And it makes dwarves really awkward to play. Imagine the name Ian. Key Ian. Yeah, my brother's name Ian, so... it's not hard to imagine. So yeah, I think Imperial Road would have been better for Beastmen. Here, it's going to be a little bit tougher. They do have the woods to play with here. But then the dwarves have to play on 2 other points. So they can just play the middle and then just shoot down on the side. Probably sending in some either rangers or blasting miners. As High Elves, how do you beat High Elves? What? That's a tough one. It's actually kind of a bad matchup. This is one of the... This is gonna sound weird, but I think Bolt Throwers are your best bet. That or you have to dive them. Now, what kind of Ushapta are you talking about? The Great Bows or the regular ones? Because if it's the dual-wielding ones, you could probably just get any of your bow line. It depends on your build, really. You could go archer build and just max out archers and just gun them down. There's also the fact that you could probably have... There's also the double Phoenix build, which could beat up Ushapti. It leaves you a little bit idle on the ground, but I wouldn't take that into skeletons. There's just... Well, I guess maybe you could do it into skeletons. You just go snipe their lord, assuming they're not in a big cat. 2 bolt throwers are great into their artillery, and although I think their range is dog shit. I think it's like 350. There's some play. You could do double Fire Phoenix. They should be able to beat up regular Ushapti and the bow ones. You just gotta be careful of Sepulchral Stalkers. Because Stalkers will gun down your flying units. And this is why you have to bring bolts, but bolts have shit range, but they're not going to bring bone giants, I don't think. Bone giants will miss most of their shots against the flying units that they can bring. You have some play, for sure. You could try to be a Chad like Charix and go 4 Shadow Warriors or 5 Shadow Warriors, and if you feel confident with your shooting, it should do well. This is a bit of a weird thing. I was actually, Kian here, I was actually expecting him to go Mass Dwarfs, just own the middle, but he's going for 2 side points. I think this is a huge mistake, because now these units are very isolated, and the Beastman player can just surround him. He's got Bestigors? No, he just went Pestigors. That's one way to do it. 2 Pestigors and 2 Bestigor herds. I like that. I like that a lot. To be honest, I'm not a very good High Elf player. My knowledge on High Elves is not that great. I play a lot of the Mono God factions. Greenskins, Wood Elves, Dwarfs, Chaos Dwarfs, Ogres. Anything but High Elves. But I played against High Elves enough. You could go with the classic Imric with the Lifecaster. Just regrowth him. That's one of the old school builds. Just a bunch of spears and archers. And it should do okay. Just have Imric as a giant duelist to beat up on their cats or just dive their lines. Get him out of there, make sure he doesn't get caught. What caster do you bring? Shadow? Pendulum? Oh, I don't know about Pendulum. Although the speed though is nice, but I don't know about Pendulum. Withering, you really don't want Withering. The -8 leadership isn't that great, and the -30 armor is okay. All of them are hard. Yeah, sorry, Yas. High Elves is a very high skill faction, I will say. That's why you see a lot of the High Elf players try to own it. So yeah, he has to reform ranks here. He has to be careful of this Vanguard point. And just keep things all boxed together. Because if you try to go super wide with Dwarfs, you're just going to get cleaned. And charged. Harpies to chase away the Gyros. Okay. Spawn! Oh, this is not a pick. You do not bring Spawn into Dwarfs. Especially the Beastman Spawn. They have less weapon strength. Although they did get a buff. And their armor makes them vulnerable to all the shooting units. Watch, the Rangers are going to start cleaning these guys up. That's insane amounts of damage. And that's only 56 Rangers. Ungor Spear Herds are cute. Probably wouldn't be bringing those. I would just go Rush. He's trying to just isolate and not take fights. Especially against the Blasters. Miners with blasting charges. Ugh. Grumbling Guard. Grumbling Guard. Oh, these lads are mad. Long beards. Harpies. I would just land these Gyros. Land them so the Grumbling Guard can actually intercept them, and then just have them run through the Grumbling. Grudge Rakers. These Grudge Rakers. Yup. Kill the Shaman. Kill the Shaman. I do like Morgul the Shadowgrave. He's good for getting into backlines and just disrupting. Especially with the Chaos summoned. Wait a minute, were those Chaos Bonds summoned? No, they weren't. So he actually summoned those. Unless he gets 2 summons. I could be wrong. Cygors coming in, doing work. And I mean doing work. They're doing massive damage. Pestigors catching the Rangers. Grumbling Guard are going to trade down to the Pestigors, so that's not something he wants to do right now. Did they get their bombs off? That's really the important thing. No. Okay, but at least the Harpies are gone for now. If he can keep the Harpies off, get these guys back in, start bombing these Bestigor herds, I think he can at least recover some of that value on these Brimstone guns here. Because they only got 300. You need to pay attention to those other Rangers because the Bestigors are just getting on top of them. Where are the cannons at? Right here? Shooting it to him. He doesn't know Morgul Shadowgrace has like a 75% missile resist. And he's a small target. So this is just showing the new player. He should be shooting into the Bray Shaman. He could be shooting at these throwing axes. Even the Cygor as well. So his build isn't that great either, but It's just more of the lack of understanding the formations and how Dowie play, and knowing the priority target of certain units, and the strength and weaknesses of his both his units and his opponents. The music just went off. I don't know why. Razor Gore Chariots love these. They should be able to get nasty charges. I would probably just hit into these miners. Come on. He's trying to get into them. There's a nice big gap, so I don't dislike that, actually. Oh, right into the Dowie. These gyrocopters need to start doing stuff. Either dropping bombs or providing fire. This Scourge effect, or the burn effect, does help out a lot. Oh! I would like to see one miner, blasting miner charge, come over here so he can start reinforcing here. And that way he can... that could take some pressure off of this flank. Chariots going into cannons, I never see that. And of course they don't do great because they hit the cannons and not the units. Slayers need to come over here to come help out with this. Yep. Run! You only need 8 of these guys to run these guns, so it's not the end of the world. And again, he's got all these rangers, but nothing in front of him. He's actually trying to go on the point with them. These Grumbling Guards should be defending your shooting units. The Longbeards are a bit overextended with these Vestigore herds. And that's the thing about dwarves. You just have to push back. Just push, push, push. Yeah, a lot of his shooting units are exposed. He's trying to shoot Morgul the Shadowgrave, which is a bit of a mistake. The Runesmith took a lot of runes that he really didn't need to. Again, this is just showing that this is a new player. You really don't need to take any of these besides probably just, in my opinion, Rune of Slowness or Ratham Rune, which he didn't take. Oh! Grumbling Guard got hit by Cygor. Yeah, and he's just getting triple capped. It's rough out here for Dowie. But he's cleaning up these Vestigores quite nice. He's kind of cleaning up here as well. The only thing really here are these chariots, these Vestigores, Shadowgrave here, and the Centaurs with great weapons. If he starts putting shots down onto these, he could probably just retake this. Although these Centaurs with throwing axes are trying to go into the artillery here. A bit overstaying their welcome because the Rangers are also going to start putting shots into him. But he probably will shut those down. They already got hit once. I wouldn't be surprised if they get shut down. Chariots coming into here? Or is that the caster? No, Razor Gore Chariots coming into here. He needs a cycle charge him. Just get him out of there now. And then just put him back in. He denied at least the capture, so that's all you really want from taking away from Dowie. And yeah, the cannons are done. Yup. Centaurs can go hit some Rangers or something. And he's still triple capped. Oh, it's so hard for the Dowie. Sacrifices. These Slayers, though, might be able to do something. Finally summoned in the Chaos Spawn. Lowering what shields they don't have. Or armor. Unbinding. Yeah, in about a couple seconds, these guys are going to go to weak binding, and then eventually into critical, which instantly kills them.
You have the foe's victory point.
Alright, he recaptured here. If only he can grab the middle. Maybe send the blaster over here. The Cygor's running out of ammunition. Which isn't the end of the world, because once it does, it can then move onto the middle. Or whichever side he wants. I think I'd put it in the middle, maybe cause some terror. Maybe not where these Slayers are, although there's Slayers on both objectives. It's rough. Your throwing axes really should be into them. Alright, I gotta do some adminning real quick, so give me 1 second. I'll put it on a better view while I try to admin this. Sorry, guys. Oh, dear no. Did he get the buy round? No, but Penance did. Alright, hold on. I gotta give him his Swiss. Score goes to Penance. Ported. Save. Oh, it didn't give him his Swiss point. Okay. This goofiness. All right. I have to go all the way back to here to make sure it happens correctly. Oh, I can't wait till they update this website. It's so jank. It's so jank. Okay, he has his Swiss point for there. He doesn't have one for that one. Okay, cool. So we have to give him another one. Did he lose the first match? Yeah, he did. So he's good. All right. And then he should have one as well. Has it not given him his point? I hate this website. Give him his goofy point. I don't know why it's not giving it to him. Weird. We'll figure it out after this match. Alright, back to the match. Sorry, guys. So how's it going? Dwarves are still behind. No surprise there. They're kind of bugged. And they still can't capture the middle. They have this for sure, but without any support, the bombs not being dropped, and a lot of units being isolated and unsupported, they're gonna get crumped. Even with these models that... Oh, the fact that they're armor piercing get absolutely value. They already did 1,000 damage here. And you just... What you want to do with Centaur is just ping pong them. Just cycle charge them over to here now. Oh, speaking of charge, here comes the Razorgore Chariots into these Dwarf Warriors. Oh! They actually killed the model on the charge too, that's funny. Oh! Yeah, as the Beastman player, I would just let the Dwarf player just sit on his one objective, hone in on here. If they start moving from this objective, charge them with whatever mobile units you have. More Rangers. He needs direct line of sight shooting if he wants to get rid of these Harpies. But then he's got to deal with also more Centaurs. Yeah, Kian, you need more units to buffer out your units. Otherwise, you're just going to keep getting your shooting units caught up. Not only that, you're blowing up your own units. Which may sound good, because you're saving them in the long run, but you really don't want to do that. If I were you, I would have summoned your miners first, and then backed them up with Rangers. That way you don't have to worry. Now your stuff's online. Now you can retake the middle. Although you also have to take the side. One blasting miner should be able to hold that. And he's got no points, so yeah. There you go. He sees it. Unsummon your Iron Drakes here. Get your Rangers over here into the fray. Although there's some Bestigor herds coming down, so definitely want them over here. These lads, with their burnt effect, should be able to get a lot of these units off the field. Zimmerix is doing pretty good. He is just getting on top of units that are isolated. Doing a great job on that end. And this game should be over in about a couple seconds. 20 seconds or so. 30 seconds. No, 15 seconds. My bad. I can't do math. And yeah, that's GG's. Well done, gentlemen. Well done. A little sloppy on both, but that's what we're here for, to correct some of the stuff. Best scores going down here is going to be game over. All right.
There is only defeat.
Blah, 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 blah. All right. We're going to look at the value in a second once it loads up. They're going to report their scores. I got to make sure points are what they're supposed to be. Refresh the bracket. Penance does not have his buy round score, which is annoying. There we go. He's got his Swiss points. Save already, damn it. Alright, cool. Refresh. Does it show him having the points? Yes, it does, for the buy round. Oh, dear no. Adler's got his points. He lost his one, and he's got one Swiss point. Crumble is doing well. He lost his first match, though. He still has good opponent points. Daceberg and Dronzi are going at it. Although they probably will meet back up in the finals, maybe? We got 4 rounds. We should still be going. Alright. So we got 4 games still going? Okay. Nothing to report on Total Tavern. Okay, cool. Thank you, Chimbambu, for helping out. Alright, let's look at some score. Okay, so, Kian, let's look at what you had. Let's look at your build. So, you have things all over the place. You got some Discourage, you got some Rangers. You don't really need great weapons, and you maxed them out in Chevrons. You really don't need to. So, Kian, here's a build I'd recommend. So, let's go here. Host. So, you can't get 4 wins if you don't get an opponent. I'm not sure. But okay. Sorry, doing some adminning right now. Here's the problem. It's called standard for a reason. Like, this is a build I would take into most engagements. Even Beastmen. Especially Beastmen. A lord that you can slow down, like Rombrundle here, is solid. Well, there's a reason they're not used. 1, they're too expensive, and 2, they're just not as useful. And a lot of players are bringing in, like, single entities and chariots into dwarves. So you want things like Slayers in the opening, you want Rangers to deal with them, and they're stocked, so if they have artillery, they can't target them unless they get on top of them. And if they do get on top of them with, like, a flying unit, you punish them with Grim Delvers. If there's, like, a bunch of Furies and stuff, that might be an issue. If they have a bunch of Furies, like the Monogod factions, I wouldn't even bring Rangers at this point. I think your best bet, shit. I don't even know. I wouldn't even bring Slayers. Let's see, to deal with Monogod factions, shit. Like, Iron Drakes will get 1 volley off and they'll kill you. Harpies, same thing. If you just brought, like, 4 Harpies or just 2 Harpies in the opening, he could just easily shut you down and then just charge you. So maybe you could drop off the miners. Like, if they don't have harpies or any, like, crowmen type units, you could probably bring this. If they do, though, drop this. 1 Grim Delver I don't think hurts. Yeah, just punishing harpies is just so hard to deal with. Don't bring any artillery in the open, because they will jump on that. Maybe Slayers. Slayer Pirates. With their direct line of sight shooting. And just handful of miners instead. Because at least they're unbreakable. They can actually fight quite well. And then you can bring the shooting in for the other targets. Grim Delvers are fine. Because they can punish the harpies coming in. Harpies or Furies. Probably kill them in 1 volley, if not 2. Grudge Rakers. Oh, I'm thinking Goblin Hewers. Grudge Rakers? The problem with Grudge Rakers is they're gonna get shot. They're gonna get shot and be put to rest real quick. Okay, round 3's done. Thank you, Key. Okay. So, refresh. Cool, cool, cool. They all finished at the same time. Cool. So we'll move up the round and go from there. Van Swiss. Okay. Alright, so who do we got? Who do we got? So let me do a refresh real quick. Nope, nope. So we got Drons, add, Dace, human entity. Okay. Let's see what Crumble's got. He's got stuff. Where's Crumble? Alright. Crumble's gonna be fighting. We're gonna watch Crumble fight. Oh, you meant Grimdelver supporting the Bugman's Rangers. The thing is, once Bugmans aren't that great into harpies or anything because of how wide their shots are. If they're flying units, you want direct line of firing units. You want gunpowder units, essentially. That's where the Slayer Pirates come in. Because at least they shoot directly and they'll get their shots right away. Crossbow and arrow type units are great into mobs on the ground. Because usually their shots are very sparse and all over the place. Unless you're shooting into a single entity with a large hitbox. There's... so many secrets. Oh, Crumble, you're so funny. Share your password and everything with the world. Spectate, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, you guys ready to see some Empire action? Yeah, Bugmans aren't really that great. They'll last, but they're just gonna get crumped. At least with Slayer Pirates, they're unbreakable, they can fight well enough. Bretonia versus that. Versus the Empire. Oh. So he lost one, he won one. His third game. Did he win another one in the second round? So he got a bye round here. So he should have one more point. Okay, so it didn't do his points right, so I gotta give him one for this. Oh, I hate this shit. Actually, let's just go to his buy round points and give him a buy round. Because he should have 2. He's won a game. He only has 1 point. Okay. Let me make sure it's saved. Okay. The 2 tournaments going on. It hasn't actually been that annoying. Okay. Okay. He's got the buy round. So I gotta give him a Swiss point now. The Delvers. I meant the Grib Delvers. It just feels like their stock lets them support the front line without getting... You don't want to... They can support front line, but if Harpies and stuff are on the table, you're just asking for them to get shot. They're there to punish anything that tries to dive into your back lines. That's really what they're there for. You don't want them to do 2 things at once. The Dowie cannot respond properly to multiple things. So, you gotta pick and choose properly. Yeah, okay, so sorry, I read the rest of it. So yeah, you're right in that they're meant to stop the Harpies. The problem is you kept your formation very loose, so allowed other units to get in. Alright, that's good, that's good. Are we good yet? Road to Talahine. Oh, Slanesh versus Empire? Quietly confident. He went Slanesh? Oh, the bastard. This is actually going to be really bad. It could be. I don't know. These are new players. Yeah, he went Slanesh. Oh, man. Oh, I haven't seen this matchup. I don't think it's good. Oh, man. Even just moderating or hosting this is making my... Man, I'm getting arthritis just from doing this. Ugh. I don't know if you guys can hear me crack my knuckles in my elbows. It's pretty bad. Save that. Once it's saved, we back out. Whew. And yeah, looking at the signups, so he has actually a chance of getting top if he wins this one. Especially with the opponent's points. If he beats a good opponent, he could get there. Who's his opponent, though? Penance? Okay. Penance is actually pretty good. He's high up there. So if he wins that, I think he gets up there. Good, good, good. Making sure all the admin stuff's good. That's good. Alright. After this, we go to top 4, baby. I wonder what Crumble's gonna bring into Slanesh. What do you bring to Slanesh as Empire? I think you just go mass. Yeah, I think you just go super wide. So they can't get a wraparound. Pepper them with nothing but shooting units. They're gonna have Furies, which is an issue, but you're gonna have countercharging like Knights of the Black Rose and Empire Knights. Even Reichsguard. I think Reichsguard's better though. And they could still fight up on top of the gross Striders. Where's kindly confident in on this? Confident. He's top 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's top 10. I mean, we only have 20 signups, but 3 of them dropped, so really, being 9 isn't that great with Slanesh. Okay, so I think Crumble might do well against this. We'll see. It's definitely a bad matchup. It really comes down to these players. Can Crumble pull it off? My guess is you have like 4 or 5 shooting units, maybe some null and iron sides. Just zone them out so he can't get shot. Don't run 5 hammerers. You're just asking to get run over. And yeah, and with dwarfs, if you bring anything with like a slow, whether it's Root of Slowness or the Grombrindle and his Flashbang, it's great because you can use it on any charging unit, but also in blobs because it is an area of effect. Because it has the minus 24 melee defense on top of that, so if Furies try to like charge on top of your unit, they're gonna have pretty much 0 melee defense, so anything you throw at them will instantly kill them. Yes, they'll get their charge off and kill some units, but at least there's some fight back. You would think hammers are good, but really, they're really not. They're just too expensive. The only matchup they're good in is against demons. You don't want to spend like a 1200 point unit on a 650 point unit. It's going to take them too long. 1, it's going to take them too long to kill them. 2, it's going to take them too long to get there. And 3, yeah, they're going to be tired by the time they get to the front line. And a savvier player will just run through them. Excuse me, sorry for the sneezing. Yes, flashbangs are definitely solid. I'd bring flashbang in any matchup the dwarves are up against. Quietly confident, what are you gonna do, sir? What are you gonna do? I know what I would bring as Slanesh. I don't think I'd go with the Exalted Keeper Secrets. I try to go wide. Maybe go Sigvald, because if Crumble goes for Wolfheart or whatever the hell that asshole is with the nuts, that could be an issue. If you bring Sigvald and a bunch of Chaos Warriors and Forsaken and just try to storm his front, you're gonna have a good time. You can't really bring artillery as Empire because, yeah, Furies are a problem. If he brings like 3 Furies and surrounds like a Sunmaker or something, it's just gonna get deleted. And Furies of Slanesh will beat the Armor Calves because they are AP. And then you got Devastating Flankers, so they're like 20 charge becomes 40, so it's all bad. Let me actually check the stats of Slanesh versus Empire. It's not one I see too often either. Slanesh against Empire. It's a pretty good win rate, although it's only 8 matches. 3 wins, 5 losses. I was probably one of those wins. I remember playing against Empire. The build wasn't that efficient, and I went for his Lord right away. Yeah, Grombrindle is absolute Chad. He will pretty much... He's damn good duelist. He'll pretty much win most fights. Especially with his ability to give Unbreakable an extra 24 melee defense and a blob is fantastic. So if you feel like your dwarves are on their second wind, you just pop that Unbreakable. Now they're fighting at full, so they can deal with anything. And then you pop the Flashbang on that blob, so now they're just able to overwhelm. I can actually, if this game goes quick enough, I can actually show you guys a game between me and Rogue AI. He was testing his Chaos, his walk build versus my dwarfs. And I'll show you exactly how to run dwarfs. Not perfectly, but it's one of the ways to run them. Come on, Quietly Confident. Build something. I'm actually surprised how good the tournament came out. I wasn't expecting this. I only saw 3 last night side-ups. I was like, oh man. And then it turns out there was 20 by the end of it. I was like, okay, cool. It usually scares me when we don't have enough people. Daceberg lost his 3rd round? Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. I like the Chaos Warriors. No Forsaken. He's going for a quick triple cap, I guess. With these... I don't know about Striders. Striders are a bit of a weird pick. Although, I guess, if they have Outriders, that could be a bit of an issue. Or Grenade Launchers. Grenade Launchers could actually destroy his front line, so that's actually maybe not the worst idea. He's gone for all this. Free Marcus, that's his name. In the gray. Okay, this is all very good. Pistoliers, also very good. He just can't get caught. 16 to 10, I like all this. All it's gonna take is like a Sunmaker to clean up all these Chaos Warriors, and it's over. Sigvald. Somebody's been listening to me. Somebody's listening. Maybe I should stop giving out suggestions. Yeah, Kiang, if you would have played on Imperial Road, I think you would have done better. Because you can send like one dwarf on your home objective to hold it, and then push up with the rest of your units into the middle. But then you have the problem of him sending a bunch of Vanguard units to your home objective, really thwarting you there, and then just owning both his home and your home. And then you're in this very odd predicament of where do I go? Do I go on his home? Because if I go on his home, I leave the middle open, he can go take the middle, and then once he whittles me down on his home, it's going to take me forever to reinforce there, so I have to go retake my home, then retake the middle, so on and so forth. It's just hard for dwarves. You really have to understand their slowness if you want to master them. So I love both players' builds. It really goes to show who's... Although I think the horsemen are a bit of a weakness here. Yeah, on Skander's Cave, there really isn't a home map. It's a rotating map, which is really bad for dwarves because they don't rotate very well. They slow push. Greenskins, Beastmen, they rotate very well. Slanesh, anything with a lot of cav. And good cav. Vanguard cav. Tomb Kings. Shit. Anything but dwarves. Slanesh caster with shadows. Okay. So it's a shadow fight. Pistoliers going in there. This caster needs to be behind these lines. He's already putting a lot of shots in these. Oh man, he's collecting. Pistoliers doing pistolier things. Now it's just, can these Chaos Warriors break through? Pistolies here, pistolies here. Nice, nice, nice. Free company, doing free company stuff. I'm not sure if I like the formation of Crumble so far. Quietly, though, doing exactly what he should be doing. I would actually take these Pistoliers and just put them on here just to deny the cap. Coming in with Great Swords. I guess the Great Swords really aren't that great. I don't even know if they trade well into Chaos Warriors. What's the first column? Striders, so they're just going to shoo away all these. Get hit with the Melikoth, so this thing's probably dead. 2 Striders coming in, that's going to get a nice pickup. These Pistoliers are very overextended. I would actually... Marcus should be catching nets on the cab, not the Chaos Warriors, if I'm being honest. Although he's putting shots down. He needs to put these closer to here, because if these Striders get in the back line, it's pretty much game over. This caster's out of position, should be back here, providing Melikoths. Yeah, these got picked up. I'm not surprised there. Have one Greatsword come here, one Greatsword to plug in this hole. Hunters are putting shots in. Put Marcus over here so the Striders can't climb over here. And then you can summon in reinforcements to countercharge them. Because if the Striders can't get a rear charge or a flank charge, it's pretty much donezo. Rebel's not doing too bad. He actually shoot off a good amount of them. Getting these free charges shoot in the back of the Warriors, though, is going to help out a lot. But all Quiet has to do is summon in one Strider from reserve, put him into the back lines here, and it's over. Actually, his Marauder Horseman could actually charge into these free company and do some work if they're not paying attention. Because they also have a devastating flanker. So they can get 48 charge bonus if they micro properly. And their stats aren't that bad either compared to Pistoliers. Yeah, they're actually better than Pistoliers. I don't know about free company, but still, it's better than them getting shot in the back. Over here, though, the greatswords are making contact. These huntsmen are a bit overextended. They need to just get their lines in. These greatswords need to be in the front line, cleaving away at these chaos warriors. He's trying to get a rear charge with the greatswords. I don't mind that. These pistoliers should be shooing off these hellstriders, though. They're the royal hippogriffs. What? That's what he's been saving for? No Reichsguard, no Empire Knights, just hippogriffs. Great swords, charge of the back already. Damn it. Let these huntsmen feast. Yeah, this line's about to break, so he needs to put these great swords right in front, otherwise it's going to be a bad time. And Crumble needs to recapture some points. Striders are back into the Free Company, which they will collect heads. The caster shooing away the Marauder Horsemen, which could be a bit of a trap, because if these guys surround them, he could get one Slanesh Strider in here. The Grey Wizard's gone, and there goes his casting. Marcus trying to put shots downtown. Royal Hippogriffs had to come into the front line, which is a bit awkward. Is that the Sunmaker? No, just a cannon. I'd actually put the Great Cannon on the caster, because it's actually easier to shoot. I would put his caster somewhere close. The fact that Crumble decided to fight here and not on the objective is a huge mistake. At least he's up on points, but that can easily change. Seekers, though, gonna easily eat up great swords. Marcus needs to come over here. The Grey Wizard needs to cash, what is it? Melicoths. These hippogriffs need to go into the Seekers. These cannons need to go into the Seekers. It's just a mess. These huntsmen need to be, like, fanned out so they can actually get shots, because they're getting blocked by each other, their own models. Grey Wizard sitting out here instead of being over here is a huge mistake. Seekers got destroyed. Holy shit. Okay. Knights of the Blazing Sun. Where are the Reichsguard? Where are the Empire Knights? Yeah, Sigvald being able to chase away 3 units of huntsmen is a huge issue. I would just fan these guys out. Close to the back. Hell, if Quiet was paying attention, he could probably just bring these guys up there. Using a whole net on Sigvald is kind of a waste. Here come the Striders now. Seeker's getting barded. These huntsmen cleaning up. Furies now. Oh yeah, Furies are just finally coming in. They should be able to clean up these huntsmen. That's where the net should have went. And yeah, these are all just free pickups. Hippogriffs not doing anything really useful. They should be countercharging into anything going into shooting. These Chaos Warriors are at least gonna break though, thank goodness. Bring the Grey Wizard back, hopefully on the objective so we can cap that. Cannons should be putting shots down here instead of Forsaken. He's actually losing the middle now. They're coming back. Halberds! Where are the state troopers? Where are the swordsmen? Get them! Wow, Strider's actually beating the shit out of Knights of the Blazing Sun. That's insane. I mean, they do have help by Chaos Furies, too. Absolutely destroyed! Holy shit. Maybe you should just spam Striders instead. That's what I should be doing. Fury's still cleaning those up. Yeah, this is just bad. Reichsguard coming in now. Shock Cav.
You have the foe's victory.
He's triple capped, so this is really bad now. These Royal Griffites are really should not be fighting in prolonged combats. They're counter-charging units because of the Glorious Charge. It's the only thing that makes them good, and now they're going to get cleaned up. Alright, we got a Melicoth. Countercharge it to the Striders. They're dying really bad. Holy shit. Melicoth does so much work. Now they got rear charge, so yeah, these Griffites are done. And this is like a very expensive shock cav unit. They cause terror, which is nuts, but doesn't help against Slanesh in any way because they're all ITP. Yeah, I think it's just cleanup here for the Slanesh player. Wizard should be on the objective, although it's pretty much GG's here. I don't really see how the Empire player really comes back. Cannons actually do anything? They're doing something. I don't think it's enough. And if I were the Empire player, I would just take the 2 points that are open so your artillery can actually support. They kind of support down here. Are those the Eternal Entourage? Yeah, it's bad. The Eternals are going to clean up everything. I would have the Furies intercept the Knights and then have them flank charge the Knights. Because the Entourage will fucking mess them up. They will mess them up good. Is that... Ooh, Narcissism. Oh, that's bad. And since Narcissism has so long, you could actually go around for a flank. You don't have to do a front charge. Although it's still pretty nasty. God, it's so gross. Just melting them. If you run away, it's considered a rear charge, so... Never run away from Slanesh. I think we can call that GG's. Although he's kind of losing the middle here. Well, maybe not, actually. All the Slanesh player has are these warriors, the Entourage, Wizard, and these Seekers, and that's really it. I mean, Sigvald's going to be alive for a while, but as long as Crumble retakes some of these objectives, he should be fine. He's not in a triple cap situation yet, so it's not the worst. Problem is getting rid of Sigvald. Marcus is pretty much out of ammunition. He went through 41 pieces of ammunition already? Holy shit. He's gonna try to fight for this objective here. Not a bad idea. I get those cannons shooting into those Seekers right now. These Pistoliers are about to go. Just fan your units out, man. Fan your units out. What's he got coming over here? Spearmen. Spearmen with shields. Now one Chaos Warrior. Reichsguard. What do we got? More Pistoliers. Seekers have poison, man. They're gonna eat those Pistoliers. Cannons should be going into these Seekers. For sure. Sigvald's just forgotten. Eternal Entourage. Ooh, they could clean up Marcus. Oh, nasty. Well, goodbye, Marcus. They're just pummeling him, pushing him around. Get those halberds in here, not the greatswords. Alright, Seeker's got shot to shit. That's good.
One of your units has been
Problem is,
destroyed.
he hasn't retaken anything. And they are within range of that cannon. Keep Marcus on the objectives you can take. Don't move him off. Move your Pistoliers. What's he got coming down? More spears? Reichsguard?
Woeful tidings. The enemy has captured one of your victory points. Take it back.
Pistol's still trying to get shots in. More Striders coming in. Oh, he's retaken the side. Just hasn't taken the other side. Let's see. He needs about 600 points, so that's 300 seconds. He needs 200, so yeah, he needs to triple cap him. And he's barely holding on to the middle, so I don't think that's gonna happen. Ah, poor Marcus. Always getting bullied. these pistolers could shoot on the objective and actually get some stuff done. These Eternal Entourage being uncontested is just wild. I would have all my guns try to kill these things as quick as I could. They have no shields, so any shooting will kill them. The fact that he brought him into this matchup is pretty gnarly, too. Oh, is that gonna be... Yup, Narcissism. Goodbye, Reichsguard. And these Chaos Warriors are going nowhere. They're the Hellscourge, too? Yeah, they're... You're gonna need some artillery to deal with that shit. Or some grenade launchers. Pistoliers here get cleaned up by Striders, Scourges, and yeah. Forsaken will beat the shit out of Halberds, no problem. I think that's GG, folks. Good effort from Crumble, but just too many mistakes. Too many mistakes. Some interesting call-ins. Although the Great Cannon did pay for itself, it's just not something I would bring. Not to this matchup. Maybe into this matchup. Come on, Huntsman. Shoot. Oh, no, they're getting cleaned up. Marcus getting cleaned up. Oh! Alright. Alright, at least we got a good one. I think I would... yeah. Marcus, did you do Marcus things? No. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have brought these. I would just brought Empire Knights and Reichsguard. Cannon's not bad. Great Swords are eh. Pistoliers aren't bad either. They actually did okay. Huntsmen are fine. Pistolier or Royal, where are these? Free Company are fine. Grey Wizard's fine. It's just putting them on the points was the problem. Really like the Three Furies. Don't bring the... I know the Eternals did fucking fantastic here, but I would not bring them here. They're just too expensive. One spell and a bunch of shooting, and yeah, they can get cleaned up quick. This caster's fine. Probably just bring more Forsaken. Drop this, bring in like 2 Forsaken for the same price. Yeah, you can bring 2 Forsaken for the same price. Because you were just good on the Striders and the Seekers alone. Maybe not this many... Definitely not this many Horsemen. Not even close to paying for themselves. I'd rather have Striders than these Horsemen. And then just have, like, Seekers in the rear. Or reserve. And that would be it. Alright. GG's, let's look at the brackets. Who else has fighting to do? We got 3 games still going. Alright, that's enough time for me to show you guys this replay. How to do dwarfs. I wasn't going to post them anyways, so it's free reign. Nope. Where's me dwarfs? There we are. Let's see what I was doing. Alright. Bordello Landing, here we go. Okay, we still got 3 games to go. Rogue has brought a very Rogue I build. I don't know about 5 Forsaken. It's a dwarfs. It's weird. Listen, sir, I don't have a lot of time. I gotta put the names that I can as quick as I can. Yeah, you take flash bombs, nice little air effect. Last 16 seconds, so yeah, pretty good. Ruin for the Discouraged to get everything out of there, and then Grombrindle's Unbreakable for 24 seconds, which is pretty nuts. He also provides leadership bonus, and he's unbreakable himself. Yeah, you gotta be careful, Crumble. Slaanesh is very much heavily armed goons. That's why the Sunmaker is what I would take instead of the Great Cannon. Because it will wipe away any of the Chaos Warriors on Forsaken quick enough. And all you have to do is defend it. And he's summoning in Striders, which you can just shoot with your Huntsman. And it's just cleanup after that. Use Marcus and the Grey Wizard to just slow down any charges. All you really have to worry about is Furies, and that's what you'll have Reiksguard for. Goes for the whip on the Slayers, which is fine. Grombrindle's back here in case he came back to defend. So many Dwarf Warriors come take. He's going for a very big push with Forsaken on my home. Which is kind of fine, right? If he goes my home, we got some miners here. We got some Dwarf Warriors with Grey Weapons. And on here, there's these rocks, so if I just post up in the woods, he has to go around. It's going to take him forever to get back there. And we already double capped him, so... And if we need to, we can always send the Slayers here and the Miners down here if he tries to go around. Not only that, we have cannons, so if cannons can get line of sight down here, here, and here, that's fantastic. The only thing we have to worry about is the Hell Cannon. Crumble, if you want to take it up on the forums. Because you just named off some of the best factions. Wood Elves, I can kind of... I'm 50-50 on Wood Elves being one of the lamer ones. I haven't been playing them as much, and it's just been Archer maxing. Okay. Oh, Rogue AI misreported his last game. Okay. So refresh. We have to redo Crumble's game, or Rogue AI's, because he didn't properly do that. It really should be the winner announcing where it is. Where is his name? Human. Okay. Now I gotta go find this shit, put the Swiss points in right. Do 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 do. Alright, hold on. Alright, so 0 and then 1. And then I gotta make sure boy gets his actual Swiss point. 7 mod. Good job, 7mod. Beating Rogue AI is tough. I should know, I'm playing against them in this replay right now. And then we will go to 7mod's points. Give him his Swiss point. Should have 3, right? Let me look real quick. Okay, so has he lost one? Has he been 7 mod? He lost 1. We're on round 4, so he won this one. He won that one. And he won that one. So yeah, he should have 3, so he's good. Okay, cool. So he has his 3 Swiss points. No, he doesn't have his 3 Swiss. Okay. Give him his Swiss points already, please. Alright. So he's getting his Hell Cannon up, right? He's got a Manticore. No Hell Cannon? Alright, perfect. We got no Hell Cannons to deal with. We shall be fine. Save that. He's got his Swiss points. And then we'll move from here. And now I'm just reinforcing with Rangers with great weapons and miners. Rangers are great weapons, are fantastic because Hell Cannons can't shoot them. Ranged units really can't shoot him. He has to get through my front line to deal with them. And once he pushes, we can just reinforce. Reinforce, reinforce, reinforce. I know he's in the woods. I got my cannon here to start shooting and screening him out. My cannon should not be this far out, but since I have so many units, it's okay. And now he's going for his big push, which is fine. I can get Grombrindle, I can get the Slayers in position. Try to use this tower as a way to buffer out any of his melee units. Reposition my units properly. Get more reinforcements. He's got some Knights of the Brazen Throne coming in, which sucks, but we gotta live with it. And here come all the Forsaken and great weapons, right? Grim Delvers doing exactly what they need to do, pushing Azazel away. They just did 1,500 damage in HP. So I'm punishing any flying units trying to get sight on my Rangers or my Grim Delvers. And that's how you gotta use them. They can help with the front line too, but they're gonna be blocked by the front line, by anything in the front of them anyway, so yeah. Rangers with great weapons, deleting great weapons. Great weapons, deleting great weapons. Great weapon action. Forsaken coming in here. We already defended. We got stuff coming in to reinforce. We got Slayers and everything. Although Slayers aren't great into the Forsaken. Everything else is. Longbeards, get in there. Here come the Knights of the Brazen Throne. We got so many Slayers to deal with them shit. And if they can intercept the charge, that's perfect. Because that means they don't get their charge bonus. Here they come, them, and we just start chomping. Great weapons can actually kill Azazel too, surprise. So that's where Grombrindle comes in. Slippery though, slippery little bastard came in through that hole, which is weird. Bit of a mistake on my end. Although we have cleaned up most of this, so it shouldn't be too bad. Over here though, we are just absolutely winning because of the Rangers. They cleaned up the Forsaken, and once they're cleaned up, we can finish the rest. Sending in Doom Seekers, not Slayers, to come clean up. Troll Hammers to back up my shooting, so he has to come back here now, which is fine. If he has to come back here, he's not reinforcing up here. We can just keep punishing. We just gotta clean up these holes, right? Clean them up. He's got those into my cannons, which is fine. If they're onto my front line, that means my front line can kill him. I'm gonna plug in! And we can just summon Slayers on top of these units, or whatever, and just get them out. Although it's not as beautiful. Probably send these Doom Seekers now into the middle, and have these Rangers clean up with the Marauders and reinforce here. Both Manticores are getting beat. So is Azazel. Grombrindle has magic. He's only got 5 armor and Fizzres, which means he's gonna get beaten. These guys are on bracing, so they can shoot any of the Manticores to keep them fighting and just clean them up. These Slayers are gonna come back here and start fighting up here too. These Rangers should be turned around. Same with these ones, and they did. Okay, cool. Trollhammer torpedoes are online. We could send them to shoot into these skulls. Knights of the Brazen Throne. And yeah, that's the thing. You just have to have him bouncing between multiple points that are reinforced with anti-large and just gut them down. I mean, Azazel has to run away. Grim Delvers are still alive, which is huge. So is Grombrindle. We can just keep sending them in. His Manticores are enraged, so they have to fight here, and they're fighting Slayers of all things. We have enough weapons here to deal with this, so we can send in the Rangers and the Doom Seekers to come deal with the middle. And just keep sending it. Grombrindle whooping ass. Do we punish Azazel? No. Grombrindle's gonna go back there and try to deal with them. Longbeards will trade upwards to these Knights of the Brazen Throne. And yeah, as soon as we get these lads up here, it should be fine. He's trying to get Gorby's chariots into them, but we catch them and then punish them. Absolutely destroy them, actually. Forsaken coming in, we won't be able to punish them. Maybe. Maybe. And it's tough out here for the dwarf. He does get the Grim Delver, which sucks. But he doesn't have much going on either. As soon as we get the Doomseekers, it's gonna be easy money. We got the cannons back online, which will punish everything in the middle. It's gonna be fantastic. I guess we leave the Rangers here to clean up. That's fine. Blasting charges can clean up the great weapons. And yeah, one Manticore's still alive, but that's not the end of the world. These Iron Drakes are just absolute chads. And yeah, he's really petering out. He's summoning in a bunch of stuff, although throwing axes are nice, they're fast. The cannons will be able to just push them out. Another Gore Beast. Turn around! Turn around! Don't let him get the charge! Oh, he got the charge. Oh well. And yeah, see what I mean by the cannon? It already took out 6 models. Holy shit, that was 500 damage. Yup. And they're just gonna shoo him away. And you just can't contest any of these objectives. Because we have this string of units coming in. Able to overwatch and protect everything. So he has to go into the back line, which is the worst thing you could do. Because now we have Slayers, we have cannons. He has to dive on multiple things, and he won't be able to hold. Manticore's already shoot off. The Gore Beast isn't too far. Azazel's not going to have a good time against Slayers. Oh, Exhausted does work on defense. I didn't think so. Okay. And the middle's just ours, right? Doomseekers here will clean up Forsaken. He thinks they're Slayers, which is fantastic. And then the Longbeards are Longbeards. We're just cleaning up. Corn Chosen. Corn Chosen are tough. I do recommend anyone playing block into Dowie have one Corn Chosen because they will clean up. Although they are a bit isolated. And once we get some Rangers with throwing weapons into the Corn Chosen, it's pretty much goodbye there. Dwarf Warriors! Just gonna shoo away, screen these lads out, or maybe just beat up on these Forsaken. Yeah, Manticore's gone again. Slayers have Azazel pretty much trapped. And notice how I don't have too many shooting units. I always have like maybe 1 to 4 shooting units. And they're always near each other or protected by a lot of these units. Or the terrain themselves. No rune spit needed. Don't try to go offensive with dwarves. Just don't. You're trying to do too much. Just protect your ranged units and make sure they can shoot. That's all you should be doing. Screen them out. I'm even using Haggard units of Dwarf Warriors to recapture here. I should just have them on here just to force some capture weight to come here. But yeah, that's pretty much game. He just can't capture enough in time. And Dwarf Staying Power is just that. Alright, I'm gonna check to see if everything's on. Alright, we're good. There's the... Yep, the round's over. We're gonna go to top 4. Make sure everyone's good. We have any tiebreakers? No, we don't. Alright, cool. Yeah, advance the top 4. Alright, alright, alright. Alright, so we have these two. Right, that's who it is. And Drots versus 7 mod. Okay. What's this guy's goofy name? Hold on. onesie. Oh, it's a rat lad. Make sure I got those names right. I haven't seen these players before. Yeah, it's Adler. Okay, cool. All right. We're gonna watch 7mod's game. Yes, 7mod, you made it to top 4. You had enough opponent points. I know it's hard to believe, 7mod, but you did well. Oh, straight up being a goober. Oh, it sounds like my brother just got here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go watch this. We'll look at the values right now because we got a game to watch. Okay, 1v1s. Okay. Hopefully. Okay. Spectate slot, please. Alright, let's see semis. Okay. Alright. Okay. Hold on, lads. We're getting there. I gotta wait for this lad to join first. Alright. Game is full. Alright. Make the damn spectate slot already. It might be. Hold on. Weird. Alright. You know what? Here, I'll host it. I'll send you lads the code. Just in case. And who's your opponent now? Alright. There we go. They're gonna pick and ban their maps, and then we're gonna go from there. And the maps we have for the finals. Yes. Yeah, sometimes you have to make a new lobby because the lobbies just bug out from going on forever. Thank you, CA. So yeah, they're gonna do their pick and bans for the map, and then we're gonna move from there. What are our map choices for semis? Battle for Itza, Borderlow Landing, and Crystal Lake. All right. So we got Lizardmen versus Lizardmen? I hope not. Oh man, I didn't know it was Lizardmen versus Lizardmen. Took him 3 months to message me that, really? Oh, 7-mod was Lizard. Then who stays? Yeah, I don't see another Lizardman. Oh, he's Crimson, that's why. No, that's Crimson. Dronzy isn't Crimson. Oh, shit. Dronzy, did you not declare your SFT? I should have you play Skaven like the rat bastard you are. Oh, he's got lizards. It's right here. Okay. I didn't know it was a lizard matchup. Alright. Alright, well, we're here. We're gonna see who's the best lizardman. We're gonna see this monster mash. Sorry folks, I didn't know it was a lizardman matchup. It's gonna be a monster mashing, alright? Who wants to see two Shredders Illustria go at it? I know I don't. Well, I might. I kinda might. We shall see, we shall see. And then we go to our finals. I hate that it does this. Okay. Hold on, I gotta deal with this nonsense. Why is my phone like this? Shit's annoying. Alright. Well, it is what it is. Alright. So I played against World Ender before. I see he's changed his icon from an orc to something else. And we have one of the rat lads who I haven't seen play at all. But those rat lads are pretty strong. They got the mouse, they got the cheese. We'll see if they can hone in tonight. Alright. Ugh. Why is no one reading the description? Okay, now they just remembered to pick a map. I was wondering. Okay. So they decided it's... they just forgot to tell me. Okay. Cool. We're on Battle for Itza. This is actually where the Shredder would actually do pretty well on. So, it's a battle of who knows that, right? Why is that so important? Well, the Shredder has a shit ton of HP, you can heal it. You can just rush down and keep your opponent off the objectives while your skinks collect them and then support your front line, which rushed because it's such a small map. And the Shredder's not going to go down that quick, especially to Lizardmen themselves. Even if it is Shredder on Shredder action. So if you guys like Jurassic Park, Primal, maybe you like having a Deinonychus as a mount in your D&D campaign, this is your game. This is the game for you. I gotta stop giving out suggestions of these new player tournaments. I know they're listening. They're using my secret knowledge to win these games. So I'm just gonna enjoy the beatdowns and the scary monsters. I do love me some lizardmen. And Crumble, I hope it is nothing but a monster mashing. I hope it's the biggest monster mash we've ever seen. So that would be fantastic. And I got so many replays to go through, thank goodness. Replays for days. And thank you for all who participated and sent me replays to my channel as well. If you don't know where my channel is, it's in the Discord. You can go under replays to drop off your replays if you know how to do that. If you don't know, there's plenty of links online if you just Google it. It's not that hard. Alright. But yeah, hope everyone in chat's having a good time. It's been a pretty good stream. It's been a pretty good tournament so far. A little hiccups with the new players, but that's to be expected. I'm glad to see some of the new players that I played against also jump in on this. Give them some pointers. My goodness, you guys need it. You guys need it so bad. Alright, here we go. We're ready. Let the monster mashing begin. Could be a cap spam, it could be skink spam, it could be monsters. It's all monsters and skinks. Oh, they even went for the same lord. Oh jeez, oh jeez. Come on now. Come on now, what is it? The skink spam and the hunting packs for glorious days. This thing better load. I better not have a desync. That'd be very upsetting in the semis. Come on, lads, get in there. Oh, I swear. This is usually what happens with 7mod too, so I'm actually not surprised. That would explain why I couldn't join his game earlier. Shit. I forgot that 7mod and me have a weird desync. Oh, here we go. We actually got a game going. Alright, no desync. Thank goodness. So we got Ancient Sally, Credit Skink on foot, Solar Engine, so he's trying to snipe out any big monsters. Bunch of spears, skirmish. Alright. Same amount of units, all ready to skink it out. Proxy's going with the skink spam to provide fear. Ancient, 3 Crocs, and also the skink lad. Golden Spear Riders. Okay, Infernals. Nah, no monster mash, just skink spam. Skink, skink, skink spam. On both players' ends. Here, since I know 7mod's watching the stream, we're gonna look at the beautiful foreground. Look at that. Lizardmen Civil War on the Battle of Itza. The most thematic fight I can imagine. Can you imagine climbing all those steps? How many steps we got? Be easier to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's too many. We got a fight going yet? No. Once the timer starts, I'll know. I wonder what these are supposed to be. These ziggurats. Is this where they keep all their mail, all the milk? Forbidden knowledge of the old ones. Learning to count with one step. Nice little water bridge. Because the lizardmen get cold. Or get too hot. They be cold-blooded. Alright, sounds like we got a fight going. Alright, let's get skinky. Skirmishers backed up by spears and skirmishers backed up by Kroxigor and cold ones. You figure out who's what in this episode. My money's on the red-crested skink, Chief. I'm gonna let you figure out which one that is. No, going for the top, bottom, although. Yeah, good shot. Should the ancient salamanders just fight the Celadon, just go for Cav? I think that could be a case. But I'd also probably try to put them on a hill so they don't have line of sight issues. Here come these Cold One Spear Riders to counter these Cold One Spear Riders to counter these skinks who are trying to counter these skinks. Will they catch him? Yeah, they're gonna catch him. Will it be in time though? Oh man, they do a lot of damage. Holy shit. Yeah, just go for the kill. You might be able to recover these. He won't be able to recover these. Oh, the sword spears aren't going to last that much longer. They're just surrounded, getting hit by too many units. And damage by artillery. Oh, that's pretty good. For cold ones coming in, gonna catch these reinforcing hunting pack, which is good pickup, really good pickup. Spear Riders also getting on top of the solar engine. Bit of mistake here from 7 mod, although it's not the end of the world. These cold ones are trying to fight in the woods, so their stats aren't going to be that great. Yeah, -5 on the terrain. Spear Riders should be able to clean them up. This flank is finally collapsing. Pushing away these units to hopefully recapture here with these skinks. What's this salamander shooting at? Oh, the Spear Rider's trying to get on the Bastillodon. Oh, it's not going great. These Kroxigor really are making the difference in these fights. The fear, the fear! Yeah, these hunting packs need to get shooting. A couple shooting here and there could get these Kroxigor out of here. This flank is pretty okay for now, although these Spear Riders are going to make it a bit questionable. Same with the skinks over here. I would even send them over here. These are fresh javelins. Javelins will cook these skinks. Watch. You'll see what I mean in a second. No, their shields aren't too bad, but they're not too great either. They actually have the same exact profile, I believe. No, they don't. Okay. It might be the same as the skirmishers. Yeah, having your salamander, your hunting pack in the open here, not protected, like having them back here would have been ideal. Maybe having them earlier here when you had a front line, but now you don't. And now you just have Cav running on top of them. Now he needs to countercharge him. And he lost the middle. The lizardmen hold the middle. Just more cav. Oh, red crested skinks. Summoning more hunting pack, I think that's a bit of a mistake here. You should have just waited for them to get charged and then summon them. If anything, summon them down here so they can go through the woods and then get a nice line of sight on this hill, shooting downwards. You can get on top of the ancient salamander. Yeah, that would have been good. Beastcaster? Beastcaster. Flock of Doom! And his other flank is now getting overrun. What would help out World Ender right now is killing his skink chief. Putting shots into the skink chief? I don't know about that, World Ender. Probably put him into these big blobs of Sotek. Cohorts of Sotek. Seeing as how they're unbreakable and just bastards. Yeah, thank you, Keegan. Kian. I appreciate that. Makes me want to make more of these. Give you new players something to work towards. Work with. And now we're in a triple cap situation. Although the value is even, though Dronzi has more units. Although a Lord Snipe could flip things. But it looks like the Rat Lads are doing fine. Yeah, it's just the cohort of Sotek are just so good. Frenzy, Unbreakable. They have Fear now. Immune to contact effects. Refuses to die. Yeah, these bastards. Always have a hard time with these bastards. And they're gonna clean up your red crest if you're not careful. You got the ancient salamander providing terror. Although it's about to get picked up. Yeah, just not enough units to defend your backline of Razor Hunting Pack. If anything, you should probably just bring one Razor Hunting Pack, and it should be the ROR Stalking Runs. If you get that thing behind all your lines, kind of like how I was showing with the Dwarves, you wouldn't really have this type of issue with them getting hit all the time by Cav. But don't count World Ender out. I've done that before. While he was facing Scarbrand, and he pulled that out of his pocket with only 3 points. Boy, getting this round. Thank goodness these ferals actually are immune to flanking. It's so easy to get rid of them. Hunting packs are now done, and World Ender is being pushed to his home objective, which is not what you want on Itza. He just has nothing in the front line. No skinks, no Sauruses really. Just one Saurus, it looks like. Beastcaster, and just more hunting packs that really aren't paying for themselves because they can't just stay alive long enough. You need Saurus Spears, son. You need some Sauruses. Some skink skirmishers to back them up. Things to hold the line. Although, Dronzi's, oh no. Yeah, he's picking up World Ender's Lord. That's gonna hurt. One cohort left. Wow. The artillery fire actually made them flee. That's interesting. Very interesting. Will Dronzi lose his Lord now, though? Ooh. Although, World Ender needs a triple cap. That would definitely be a nice pickup. He could get a lot of these weakened units off objectives and just reinforce. Alright. Alright, let me just do that. All right. Cool beans. This match is almost. All right. Cool. All right. Looks like Adler lost to the Beastmen. We're gonna be watching Beastmen versus Lizard.
One of
That's
your
gonna be fun.
units has been destroyed.
Can't get the Lord. He's got a nice big reinforcing coming in, but he's still triple cap, which is painful. If you can start putting artillery shots into these fresh units with the Lord dead, that's like, I think it's like minus 24, minus 32 leadership. And he could just start picking units up. And then with the terror on top of it, they'll be gone in no time. That's a fun little trick for you new players. If you want to get rid of any elites, just tank their leadership as quick as you can. Artillery fire provides a lot of debuff on leadership. But yeah, I just don't see how World Ender comes back from this. If he can't get the Lord off, and it looks like his Lord actually got killed, so ran off the map. Lord fled, yeah, minus 16. It will go to minus 10 soon, like after 2 minutes. But yeah, and his Lord came back, yeah, there's just no way. GG's, World Ender. You made it to semis, very good, very good. So it looks like we're gonna have Dronzi versus that.
Defeat.
Alright, let's see how they did. 9. Yeah, it's kind of what I expected. Nothing too fantastic on World Ender's end. Got the Razors doing stuff. Oh, he did bring the Umbral Stalker, Umbral Tide. That's what I would have brought instead. Probably drop these two for just more sources. Skink Priest isn't bad for just Flock of Doom. Yeah. He needed some Feral Cold Ones of his own. Yeah, he just had more stuff. The Feral Carnosaur, nice. Would have liked to have seen that. Alright, we gotta kick you out, World Ender. Sorry, but thanks for playing, World Ender. Yeah, you kinda, 7-Bot, you kinda just left them to their own devices. You have to defend them. You just kept summoning them into units that were already in your deployment zone without any protection. Alright. Also. With, okay. Alright, I'm gonna use the bathroom, guys. They're gonna do their map pick and bans as they, as we go on from here. Okay. Make sure he has the right code. Yeah, he's got the right code. And yeah, we'll continue from there. Alright, back at it. Got my AJ, my apple juice. Beastman versus Lizardman, the finals of the new player tournament. Let's see who's gonna win. Alright. 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 They're gonna let me know what map, and then we're gonna go from there. Oh yeah, everyone put your money down. Zimmerix or Dronzi? We've seen both players play in this tournament. The Beastmen. Eastern Isle it is. Oh, they want Eastern Isle? Oh, this is gonna be a fun little map. This is gonna be spanking. Big old spanking. Now, winner of this tournament won't be able to won't be able to participate in the next new player tournament that we host, if we host a new player tournament. I might start actually doing new player tournaments and just playing the bigger tournaments myself, because we have like so many of the elite tourneys. Yes. I hope these two reported their score. Okay. Refresh bracket. Okay, they reported. Zimmerix didn't report for some reason. No, Crumble. No, that doesn't mean you won. Matter of fact, that means you should have done better. Just because I beat Inticity doesn't mean I'm better than Inticity, okay? It just means I got lucky. And the matchup. Alright, there we go. Now we're in. Now we got the propers. Alright, folks, I know how I would play this. Let me know how you would play this. Who do you think's gonna win? Zimmerix is pretty okay. Dronzi's pretty good, too. He's a rat lad. Curious to see how this goes down. Could definitely be a fight between monsters. I could see a Jabber Slice versus Razor Dawn. Or a Carnosaur versus a big old Gorgon. Bloodroot Behemoth. Centaur's kiting with their throwing axes. Centaur's charging in for the counter. Into Feral Cold Ones and Spear Riders. All that fun stuff. But this is a 2-lane choke point map, so we'll see. I think it's going to go more of the shooting than the charging. I love me some apple juice. Talking for 3 hours to make me lose my voice a bit. So sorry about that, folks. And thank you again for everyone who participated and sent replays to my channel so I can go over all of them. Oh, I can't wait to see what you guys did. Can't wait. They're gonna be such messy games. So many bad plays. I'll be like, oh man, this is awesome. These guys did so much mistakes I can comment on. Because usually when it's like good players, there's nothing to really comment on. It's just like little mistakes. Sometimes the games are too quick. It's usually the same build. Nothing too exciting. And yeah. And just sometimes it's even straight up feel bad. But when you get players that really don't know what they're doing, it's really a gamble. And that's the type of gambling I enjoy seeing. Oh, I'm gonna have to start gambling on these new player tournaments. Alright. Illicit gambling. No, we're not gonna do that. Man. Dronzi's ready. He must have went to his rat fellas and went, hey, I'm fighting Beastman, give me some tips. Oh, those silly rat clans. Rat clan's actually pretty fun. I always enjoy their memes and their rat memes. It's always a good time with those guys. I'm looking at their rat images right now. They're so chonky and so ratty. It's popping over on RTK right now. Everyone's doing RTK stuff. High Elves versus Beastmen. Oh. That's actually an interesting game I wouldn't mind seeing. Alright, they're ready to go. Let's do it. The final game, folks. Lizardmen versus Beastmen. No humans involved. Now, aren't these some builds? Huh. Now, aren't these some builds? I did not expect this from the Beastman player. Alright, please don't desync. It would be such a shame if we get a desync. Okay, we're just waiting for Dronzy. So it'll take a minute for him, and then he should be good. If it's anything like the last game. Oh, man. Let's go! I don't know. I gotta put my money on the Lizardmen. Or not the Lizardmen, the Beastmen. So many men. I don't know. Nothing against Dronzy and his Lizardmen, but I gotta stick with my Chaos lads. Although I do think the dinos are pretty rad. I love the Carnosaurs on their list. I love the Cold Wind Spear Riders on Lizardmen roster. Just most of their dinosaurs, just all their monsters and the Cold Wind Spear Riders and the Calf. Those are my favorite units. I don't really like to bring Skinks. Don't really enjoy bringing Sauruses all that much. I'm more of a monster mash. As for Beastmen, I kind of like most of the Beastmen roster. I don't really care for their Ungors, but their Bestigors, the other Gors are all pretty rad. Jabberslythe, Gorgon, also rad. Love the Bulls, love the Minotaurs, all that. Would you load in, Dronzy? Jeez. Okay, there we go. As soon as I say it. Alright, here we go. Shadowgrave, again. Although it does have weakness to fire, the only fire really is on the Razor Dawn Hunting Pack and Firecaster if he has a Firecaster, which he does. Burning Head. Alright, Burning Head's gonna do work. Always does against Beastmen. That's why Beastmen have been bringing a lot more monsters and Cav lately. But on a map like this, you have to do this. And he's just got the numbers. Yeah, it looks like out of who has the better build, it's gotta be Dronzy. If he just tries to push this way, he's gonna have no problem. Razor Hunting Pack on the back here, the rest of his units on the home point. And like, yeah, you got a bunch of spears, but unless the spears are in like a U shape to surround, they're gonna get hit with Burning Head. Because if you try to go line, that's exactly what the Burning Head's gonna do, unless you go for like a checkered formation. Bloodbrood is nice, and the Elemental are nice, but there's probably like no spears? Oh yeah, there's a few spears. Spears and the Umbral Tide will pretty much clean up both of those pretty quick. Unless Shadowgrave gets into the back of them, which I don't see how he does when you have Cav. Question is, what are we gonna see for call-ins for the Beastmen? Probably just, I would say, Ungor throwing axes? Anything to just get rid of these mobs real quick. Where's the Elemental card? There it is. with its incarnate Flockadoob. Howl of the Great Beast. I wonder if this thing's still bugged. Apparently what used to happen is a player would use this ability, this activated ability, and it would crash their PC. We also have a Bray Shaman with the caster. Flockadoom, always good Flockadoom. He's trying to cap real quick. He's just going to send his main force here. Alright, alright. Not aware of the hunting tide, so yeah, he's probably going to eat a few shots that he shouldn't. Golden Spear Riders, I'd like to see them in the middle here. Have your Spear Riders intercept, and if they can, just go around. Centigores. Yep, sends the spears back. Here they come. He sees it. What does he do? Is he gonna straight up take the engagement? I don't know if I would. If the Gorgon can get into these Razordon hunting packs, it would be fantastic. Goes immediately for the Incarnate, which he should. If Shadowgrave summons the spawn on top of them, that would be fantastic too.
We have a victory point.
Burning Head was okay. I mean, it got rid of one spear. I might have got rid of two. Let's see. The Incarnate should not be on top of the Razor hunting pack. That's just a no. The Gorgon should be pretty much picking up these Cav. Here come the Centigores. Should be intercepting these Cav as well. He's also got Cav here, so these Umbral Tide are just gonna be left unchecked. He has no front line. Yeah, and the Carnate's already breaking. Holy shit. It's got 9,000 HP. It's already down to 2,000. Centigores, go get him. Oh, absolutely clean them. Yeah, just take the fall, take the sacrifice. As long as they're gone, this game should be okay. Yeah, Elemental Incarnate getting crumped that quick is so harsh. And he still has the summons for the spawn. He should be summoning those. Beautiful Burning Head. Gets 3 units. Gets his units too, but definitely makes the difference. Bray Shaman, I don't know how he got corrupt. He should be doing some cycle charges. Is he overcasting Flockadoom? That could be why. If you're doing Flockadoom, you really don't need to overcast. It's the same casting time for pretty much the same cost. I think it's double the cost and double the casting time, and that's it for Flockadoom. For the same damage. Now he can even push, yeah. I think this game's pretty much over. Losing the Elemental Beast means he can't clean up these mobs quick enough. And the Bloodroot just can't do anything. There's no Centigores of Zeech to come clean up these Feral Cold Ones, or Cold Ones in general. Spawn are just gonna get cleaned. Corngores, though. Corngores are a little bit different. I don't know how I like Corngores. Honestly, you don't really need Corngores when you're an Ungor Spearman. Because the stats on Feral Cold Ones are such dog shit that Spearmen and Corngores are just overkill. Get these Corngores on top of these Spear Riders, kill his caster, and then you're back in this game. Somewhat. I mean, he still has to retake his home objective. God, those Burning Heads have been so good. Shadowgrave, I don't even know if Shadowgrave would have been worth it. I would have preferred something like a Bray Shaman or even a Doom Bull at this point. Doom for the days to make it easier to kill a Slan Mage Priest. Because he's such a slippery bastard. He's slow as shit, but he's so hard to kill. And yeah, once the Blood Root goes, that's pretty much it. Difference is 3,000 value. It's pretty bad. Shooting into Shadowgrave is pretty much a waste because he's got 75 missile resist. No charges from the Bray Shaman. There he goes. Finally gets a charge off. I wouldn't stay in sustained combat though. Ooh, okay. Centaur's still back in it. We got these lads coming in here to finish off the cold ones, although the sources and skinks are more than enough to beat up on all that. Without raiders to come help with some support, that's pretty much it. Does he get him though? Just spamming out cold one spear riders. Who anyone's who's ever played against Lizardmen knows this is their only trick. It's not a great trick either, because they're trading downwards and their stats aren't that great. But into Centaurs, it's fantastic. Hence why you need Centaurs as each instead of Corngors. You know it'd be great too right now? Oh, did he get the Lord? Oh, he did get the Slan Priest. Nice. All he has to do now is start terror routing shit. I think he's back in it. Where's his caster though? Harpies? You want to bring Harpies? Nah, man, you need Centaurs to do some rear charges. Something. Help out the Blood Brute. Get some terror routes and everything. Oh, I see the Harpies trying to go for them. Alright, that kind of makes sense. Centaur's getting rear charges now on top. Not great rear charges, but they're getting rear charges into these sources. Alright, we still have a game. I thought it'd be over for Beastman. If he loses his lore or the Blood Brute, then it might actually be over. Yes, I don't know about getting... Well, they're all Cold Spear Riders, so yeah, I guess getting spears is fine. Don't lose the Blood Brute. Shit's almost paid for itself. There goes the caster. The hell was that? Call of Violence. Oh, leadership. Okay. Say, where's the Flock of Dooms? You need some Flock of Dooms that can clear up these mobs. Take these Centaurs to finish off these skinks. Yeah, there you go. Ah, the Blood Root's going. No. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. It's a triple cap. Ungor Spears are going to get their ass kicked by everything here. Whether it's Sauruses, Cold Ones. Not only that, he just has to push these units up, and these Centaurs don't have anything. Like, he literally has nothing but just these 3 units and Shadowgrave. Blood Brute's done. I mean, you could have it go chasing off weak units to heal up, but that's going to take forever, and he's already triple capped. And he brought the Slan Priest back, so yeah, it's GG.
There is only defeat.
GG's to our winner. Alright. Where is he? Where is he? Ozarix. Dizani. Okay. For the... Okay, we're gonna go finalize these tournaments, but first we're gonna finalize these. Refresh. Did they give him a win? Don't worry, Zemerix. You'll get the next one. Just don't try anything fun for the last one. Always go serious for the last one. If you're losing in the tournament, you know you're not gonna be able to catch back up, then you can go silly. But yeah, losing the Elemental Beast was kind of hurtful in the beginning. And also your caster, because you really needed those Flock of Dooms. Dronzy, report the score. Alright. And yeah, I think we're going to call it there, folks. If you enjoyed today's tournament, please like, sub the video, join the Discord, so maybe you can join in our new player tournaments. And yeah, so Dronzy cannot participate in our next new player tournament, as he has won. So yeah, that'll give our remaining champions a good way to get back in and play and maybe take a top. Alright folks, with all that said, y'all have a good one. Peace and goodbye for now.